And we are coming to you live from Wimberley, Texas, and the neighbors we have here as the Battle of the Backbone continues for the fourth year. Canyon Lake and Wimberley knotted up and try to take home the Battle of the Backbone trophy. This is Canyon Lake Broadcasting, voice of the Hawks, coming to you live in our third year with Darren Lesturgeon as our producer, Don Holmes on stats, facts, and figures, as only Don knows them. He is the owner-editor of HilltopNewspaper.com. Darren Sturgeon is going to be producing this show today, along with some color commentary, as he's working with Les Clary of KMAC Sports. Canyon Lake Broadcast is a proud affiliate of KMAC Sports. When you want the best, dump the rest and go with Canyon Lake Broadcasting. Well, Darren, Don, here we are, Battle of the Backbone. We're in Wimberley. It just got through raining a pretty good downpour just a few minutes ago, and the players are out on the field, and it is a rivalry game. So when this game is put on the schedule, people make sure that they're going to be off for that day to be at this game.
Well, we're going to see a lot of rain here tonight. I'm thinking it's going to be coming in and out, so it's going to be pretty unpredictable. We've got this low's kicking up a lot of little pop-ups, thunderstorms or storms, not necessarily thunder. I don't think we'll be delayed by thunder tonight like we were last week, but we'll see a lot of storms. That'll put some unpredictability into the game.
Absolutely. We got a view about off in the distance facing east as the booth is here at Wimberley. About 10 or 15 miles up over the hills. We probably see anywhere between 20 and 30 miles. But Battle of the Backbone continues. Big rivalry matchup between the two schools separated by a common road. And Don's been here since the beginning of the schools with me. And Don, it's going to be a humdinger of a game because in the last 4 or 5 years, it's been pretty close, has it not?
And it's gotten a lot closer. The first part of when Canyon Lake was just getting started back in those days, we'd play our best until get beat by double figures, 28, like 38 to 15, 38 18. Had some good teams then. Even the year we were undefeated meeting them, we were both 6-0. We got beat 50 to 14 that year. So that, of course, that Wimberley team won state. So there's a reason for the season. But it is rivalry. It's a rivalry that's very similar to Texas and Texas A&M in that we just won 2 games and they've won 8. They are Texas. We are the Aggies in this game.
Well, that bodes well for us Aggies here in the booth. Darren is an Aggie, and as and I have 2 Aggies in the Longhorn making tonight's broadcast happen. Well, Canyon Lake Broadcasting is the voice of the Hawks. You can catch us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Last year we had over 27,000 listeners and gave away $6,200 cash in prizes. Thank you, sponsors and listeners out there for Canyon Lake Broadcasting. Well, Darren, it's the Battle of the Backbone. For the people that may not know what the Battle of the Backbone is, give me a 411 on the Backbone.
Well, you got Highway 32 that makes its way from San Marcos over to 281, headed on over to Blanco, and that road is got a section on it that is on a ridge. You can see about 20 to 30 miles to your north, and you can see maybe 5-6 miles to your south, and you can only see that far to the south because of all the canyons that are around it. But it is about as crooked as a snake's backbone, and that is how it gets its name. And so rivalries are good, and it's always good to tee it up against your number one rivalry.
It is. So the backbone on either side of that drop-off is about 400 feet, and it is crooked as a snake's back or a politician's back, whatever you prefer to use these days.
Why don't we call it the devil's back?
It is the devil's backbone.
Yeah.
So we got a little bit of rain in the forecast, as Darren said. So, Don, going back into that rivalry, in 2008 we played them the first time, and here it is 10 years later. I can't believe the time has flown that quickly. But the last 4 years, we've had some pretty close games. Last year they came into town. We lost 20 to 13. We had them up 13-0 at half. We had some mistakes, which ended up costing us the game, obviously. But we had them in yardage on both ends of it, pretty well defeated.
Yeah, Canyon Lake, the last 4 years, once again, we've won two of the last 5, and we won both those by 14 and 15 points. So we've done well, but we have not scored more than 28 points in this series yet. And so that just bodes well for Wimberley's defense. They've been pretty strong. And of all the teams, since we had the slot T that can stop the slot T, it's been Wimberley throughout the years. We can be just loaded. Even in our 2011 year when we didn't have slot T, but we had Zach Henshaw. Zach ended up with about 60 yards that game, and he averaged over 200 a game that year. And so
that tells
you how Wimberley just has the slot tee down. They play Navarro with the slot tee, so
they're not accustomed to playing against the slot tee at all.
Exactly.
Well, this is like I said, this is our third year here at Canyon Lake Broadcasting, coming to you live from Wimberley, Texas, as the home of the Texans. And Canyon Lake Broadcasting is proud to be an affiliate, and we are thankful for all of our sponsors out there: Cowboy Plumbing, Homestead Roofing, and our big person that steps up every year is Paul Sawyer, and he owns Paul Sawyer Septic. So we welcome everybody to the Paul Sawyer Septic pregame show as we get underway here at Wimberley High School, as the rain is lightly coming down as we speak. But we're excited to bring you the 4A Division I Hawks, not only in football, but for the rest of the season. We've got basketball on both ends. We've got softball, baseball. We've got some track we'll do this year. But real thrilled to be here, and an honor to be able to broadcast to everybody there across the Fruited Plains and around the globe, and to some of the people that I know may be listening out at Lytle, Texas, the old crew at the annual out there, and we'll talk about them a little bit later, Darren. But going forward, we got some new capabilities this year for Canyon Lake Broadcasting, do we not?
We do. We've made a little bit of an investment in some gear, which we'll break out probably the next home game, where we'll do some on-field interviews, and we got a wireless mic set to be able to give you a little bit of mobility to get interviews down on the field with players, possibly at post-game, and certainly coaches in a pre-game mode. So that's good. We're also got a new tool from KMAX Sports and Vype Broadcasting. It's now when you check in and you log in, you'll be able to see the scores on a posted board that we put up. Also, our sponsors will be there as well. So all that's good stuff for the listening audience.
Absolutely. What else is good for our listening audience is the fact that we give away so much stuff. We got some fish fry tickets from the Republican Women's Fish Fry they do every year. We got some Meemaw's Tacos gift certificate. We have got a round of golf for two at the club of Rebecca Creek. We've also got some Don Chiente food. That's going to be a chicken poblano dinner, which you should call in and get that. And big sponsor there is Carlos. Listen to us there. Don Chiente Family Restaurant, real authentic Mexican food. Then you have Meemaw's Tacos over here, which are great tacos. I myself have eaten 12 at one sitting before.
Yeah, Meemaw's, of course, is in Canyon Lake, and it started in Wimberley. And if you go to my website, I have advertisers pick 'em contest, and they had a very hard time picking Canyon Lake, but he picked Canyon Lake over Wimberley. So he hopes the Wimberley people don't get
upset with him.
Yeah, exactly. and if they're listening to this right now, this is in code, okay?
Yeah. Well, we'll get back to the predictions of what we'll get as the game gets underway here in a little while. Or before the game gets underway, we'll get to some of those predictions and the what-if possibilities. We also like to thank our Canyon Lake Booster Club this year. They'll have a casino night. We'll be giving 2 tickets away for the Canyon Lake Booster Club casino night. And Horner Financial. Horner Financial, there is his nephew, Mike Horner. His nephew is Jesse Horner, who played on JV the other night.
Had a great game last night.
Great game, right?
Yeah,
great
he did.
game. I wouldn't know. I was indisposed of on a business trip, but like to hear some of the information and 411 stats on that. Also, Good Life Pharmacy and Lily's Java Pad. We'll give away some lattes over at Lily's Java Pad at the lake. And River Oak Insurance by Louis Kowalski. And certainly last but not least, they also have a UPS store in town next to the Good Life Pharmacy, and that bodes well for people needing to ship some packages. That is not there.
I shipped out a couple things over the last week twice, and it was pretty convenient.
I'd like to ship out a couple of things, maybe myself.
Yeah, you know.
I need to take a vacation.
Can't go on a vacation.
Oh, you can't?
Sorry,
How you do that?
Yeah, not in football season. Can't do that.
We also got a little shout out to the club at Rebecca Creek. We have a gentleman down there, Ben Crane, who's a mobile club repair. He does everything. He has a little trailer. So if you win the club at Rebecca Creek, the twosome with cart, nice place out there. Ward Kirk's the supervisor. He has the greens looking good. With all this rain of late, I'm sure the greens will hold a little bit. But Ben Crane out there has the mobile club repair, grips and everything. It's called Green Grass Grips. Well, enough of that. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back after these messages.
At Lucky Sports Bar and Grill, you won't fail to see the big Texas personality. Come watch some of your favorite sports while enjoying our great food or an ice-cold beverage from our full-service bar. You can choose between indoor or outdoor patio-wasted seating. Lucky's is now open until 11 p.m. every Friday, varsity home games. Go Hawks! We're located at 18100 FM 306, and we're open daily, and you can find our hours at luckysportsbarandgrill.com or give us a call at 830-935-3115. You may think you can get a good burger almost anywhere around here, but at Baja Barbecue Shack we have a lot more to offer. While enjoying one of our delicious options between Tex-Mex and barbecue entrees, or enjoying a drink at one of our full-service bars, you and the kids will be well entertained by our live music while overlooking the marina, which is one of the best spots in Canyon Lake to see the beautiful sunset. So come join the Baja family. Find us at BajaBarbecueShack.com or give us a call at 830-935-3122.
Let's play golf this weekend, okay?
Okay, where?
Well, the club at Rebecca Creek, of course.
Of course. Why, of course?
3 reasons. It's in fantastic shape, has a great pool to relax in after your round, but the best thing in the hill country is the tasty grilled smash burger.
Okay, I'm convinced. Let's call for a tee time. What's the number?
The number is 830-885-5168, or visit their website at www.rebeccacreek.com.
Hey, sports fans here in Canyon Lake and around Texas. When you need the best septic systems, look no further than Paul Sawyer Septics, the only company with a 3-year warranty and a 3-year maintenance agreement in the business. PaulSawyerSeptics.com, installing systems that last a lifetime. Give them a call at 830-935-4936. That's 830-935-4936. PaulSawyerSeptics.com.
And Canyon Lake Broadcasting is back on the air, coming to you live. Actually, we weren't off the air. We just had a quick commercial break.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a
And
little
we're
break.
back. How about that? Canyon Lake Broadcasting, voice of the Hawks, coming to you live from Wimberley, Texas, as the Hawks come into town to take on the Texans. The Hawks sporting a 2-0 record over the Wimberley's 1-1 record. Last week, Canyon Lake ran into Pflugerville Weiss and walked away with a 20-3 lead. The game ended due to lightning in the third quarter with 4:33 to go. And last week, Wimberley went to Giddings and took on the Buffaloes on their home turf and walked out of there with 63-14 loss, I believe.
63-13, and if you look at their uniforms right now, there are some Buffalo sightings on them.
Well, Wimberley's clearly, Giddings is clearly a good team this year. I watched the films, and they are stacked.
Well, we played them last year, and they are one of the teams that chalked up a win against Canyon Lake, and they had some real talent on that team. And a year older, I can expect that those guys were doing quite a number last week.
Absolutely, they graduated just a few seniors, and they brought back a lot of juniors. So tonight, well, does that bode well with either team being 1-2-0 and 1-1? Don would tell you no, that does not.
No, it does not.
I knew he would say that. But Canyon Lake and Wimberley have been battling it out, and sometimes the records and rivalries like this go right out the window. And tonight is true to that theme. Throw the records out the window, because I can tell you most of these kids out here, looking at the rosters from Wimberley over the years, there are a lot of kids that Darren mentioned earlier that are Little League kids. They played each other. They know each other. I mean, we're separated literally as a crow flies about 8 miles. As you drive 20 minutes, they all know each other. So it's a big game. Take the records, take them out the window.
Yeah, last night the JV, Canyon Lake JV, played a good game, but Wimberley took it to them and won. And after the game, you would think that Wimberley won the national championship. They were just going ape crazy, and maybe because that they know each other. And that was Canyon Lake had a 3-game winning streak on those two teams, and so they wanted that win.
Yeah, it means something in a rivalry game. You play somebody once a year that you are it's not a rival. You don't worry about it too much. But here with when you have a rivalry game like this, the emotions go up. It means a little bit more. People play a little bit harder. There's a little more focus, and you'll see that tonight for sure. I expect that.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll see a little bit up not only on the field but in the stands. Everybody will come to this game. I know it's raining. We got rain in the forecast. The field is soaking wet, but I would think that the stands are going to get filled with this one because we're two communities close to each other, and
Well, you know, some people may choose to stay at home and listen to us.
They can. They win fabulous prizes.
Nothing better to do than that if you're not going to be here at the game. And
I mean, I myself would like to have a Mimo's taco.
Absolutely. I'd love one right now.
About as big as around as a 32-inch baseball bat at the end. They are delicious. Well, they are. Well, anyway, Canyon Lake Broadcasting here, affiliate of K-Max Sports, bringing you the game come alive. The teams are warming up a little bit. Wimberley is in their kind of their blue and their gray outfit here. They've got gray bottoms, and they've got dark blue tops, blue helmets with their Wimberley logo on the helmet. Canyon Lake has come out with the Dreamsicle suits. They're all white and green letters, green helmets with the gold seal on the helmet. I kind of like the Dreamsicle outfit, but it reminds me of last year because we went on the road a lot. We walked away with a victory. Will that happen tonight? I don't know. Coach Warren's the head coach of Wimberley. He's got a good system going on here in Wimberley. And Canyon Lake, under the guise of Coach Strum, the head coach and the athletic director of Canyon Lake High School. Mr. Moses came in about 6 years ago, brought the slot T offense, and Coach Hooper came into this spot of defensive coordinator for Canyon Lake, and he's had the defense ginning.
Yeah, and of those two victories Canyon Lake has over Wimberley, they were both at home. And so we had a lot of firsts last year, but this will be a first if Canyon Lake can beat Wimberley on the road at Wimberley. So that's another first that Canyon Lake can look forward to if they can pull it off tonight.
Well, a lot of people say, how are the Hawks and how are the Texans? Let's look into the Texans real quick. Last year they went to the state semifinals and lost and had a good road trip. Now, a lot of people will criticize Wimberley for not having an easier path through the playoffs. They are Division II. There are some teams that they play in South Texas, in Southwest Texas, that maybe can be questionable for the records every year. But they did make it that far, and they graduated a lot of people. So now they're kind of what they'll say is reloading year, Don.
Yeah, when you look at teams at their Division II or Division I, there's in all honesty, in the 4A division, there's not sometimes a lot of difference because Wimberley had to go through Cuero. Cuero is a real deal, and so and they beat Cuero last year. That put the stamp of approval on their season right there. So there are some good teams you have to try to beat, even in Division II.
And when you get up into the regional areas games, you're going up people that they are good.
Yeah.
You may have a onesie, twosie get in there, but when you're that level, they're all good.
Yeah, by the time you get into the second, third game of the playoffs, you absolutely are a little bit battle tested, and you got a good team.
Absolutely.
You know, the difference last year is Canyon Lake. Their first game in the playoffs goes to the toughest district in 4A, and so you had La Vega, you had Gatesville, you had Liberty Hill, you had China Spring, you had teams that
they were the top 10 all season.
Let's just say that they were better than the Wazoo. I mean, they were just incredible, and so that's your first game. And so we started with one of the best games where if you finish first, you're usually going to be playing a cream puff team that you can beat very handily, which is what a lot of schools do all across the state of Texas.
Well,
but last year, Canyon Lake had to bring out a 31-21 win over Gatesville, which was a very good team.
Well, we've only been in the broadcast about 26 minutes, and the word Wazoo came out.
Yeah.
So
well, they're marking down.
Mark that one down.
The over and under on that one.
I've got another over and under for Don here later. We'll just see if he can sprout off with that over and under. And
well, I tell you what you have in these two teams is both these teams, as you said, are kind of reloading a little bit. Both have graduating quarterbacks that are out and that left last year, and we are now looking at a scenario where you've got a junior here that's taking the reins for Wimberley, and of course we know that Peyton McMullen as a sophomore has taken over the reins for Canyon Lake.
Well, we'll flip over to Canyon Lake for just a second, but I want to comment on that. Staying on Wimberley, Cooper McMullen, the junior quarterback, he played a good year as a JV last year. He's tall. He's about 6'2", 195 pounds. He is a leading rusher for the Texans right now. Guy Kapouris is the running back. He's about 5'10", 175 pound. Very low center of gravity, very quick. He kind of reminds me of the slot receivers they have in the NFL right there on the Patriots. He's very talented. He'll go both ways. Offensively, also, they'll have number 9, Christian Marshall. He is a sophomore on the group. He'll be more of a block guy, of a distraction, because number 2, Landon Claywell, for Wimberley, he is the senior. They'll get the ball to him a lot. He probably leads in catches. I don't have that figure with me, but you watch the films, and Clewell will be the guy they'll put the ball into more times than not. And on the other side of the offense, you're going to have also the other one is going to be Colby Goldforth. Colby Goldforth, he'll be the slot guy, number 8. He's a junior. Look to him to also catch the ball also, along with Clewell.
What you got with Wimberley, it is a pass, very, very successful pass team. They have 3 of their receivers with eight catches, and one of those is Landon Clewell. The one who has the most is Colby Goldforth. He has 12 catches, but 3 of those guys have over 100 yards receiving. And then Christian Marshall has 92 yards. He's only 8 yards away from hitting the triple-digit numbers also. So you have 4 receivers that have been gone to a lot, and that's how they're making their yardage.
On the front side of the offensive line for the Texans, you'll have the senior, number 72, Cameron Coburn, anchoring that offensive line. And off to either side of him, on the left tackle, you have Colin Kincaid and Heath Shrake, both juniors. On the right side is number 65, right guard, Hayden Chavarriera. And on the right tackle, you have number 55, Carson Minix. Kincaid, left tackle, number 75 for Wimberley. He is probably the best lineman they have. He's tall, he's lean, he's quick, and he's able to reach out far on the pass block because Wimberley runs a spread. He keeps his person at bay because he's got those long arms, and he's one of their better blockers for the team. The other running back we talked about was Guy Kapuros just a little bit. A new entry for Wimberley is fullback number 34, Moses Gray, true freshman. He is more built like your Thurman Thomas type athlete. He is all man, and he's got a lot of power. They'll bring him in sometimes to give a little blocking help to the front line when McCullen runs the ball as the leading rusher, and they'll also bring in the tight end, number 19, Kobe Boyle, into a blocking package with Moses and Quill to accentuate that front offensive line.
Yeah, McCullum, what you're going to see is a quarterback read, and you're going to see that over and over and over. Their JV did it last night, and that quarterback for Wimberley had over 200 yards rushing. We couldn't stop it. So that's going to be a key for Canyon Lake. Can they stop the rushing, because McCullum is also leading rusher, even though he's just about 4 yards the leading rusher. But you have to take into account that I don't know how many times he might have been sacked, but you take that, then you know that he can make positive yardage out of every play if he's given the time to do that.
Well, Wimberley is in a rebuilding mode for sure, as they'll tell you around here, and they're a little light on the senior squad, as is Canyon Lake, shifting gears a little bit here. So Canyon Lake comes in here. We're often asked again, how's Canyon Lake look this year? Well, I mentioned something a while ago to a friend of mine, and I said, look, Canyon Lake in its 10-year history is finally in the first position where it's kind of a reload season. We're able to say reload because we're not 3-7, 6-4, 5-5, 8-2, 3-7, 6-4, 5-5. From the 8th grade level on back, we're pretty stout in all athletics at Canyon Lake High School. So this year we do have a lot of young faces. We graduated a lot of people. One district by district area, went to regionals, and ran into the team that ended up going to state in Waco La Vega, we mentioned earlier, Don. So where are we on the offensive line? We've got Weber out at left tackle. Weber's a senior. He's 6'3", 225 pounds. He's more kind of like Kincaid is on the offense for Wimberley. He's a senior. And then snapping the ball at center is going to be a sophomore, and that's going to be number 62. He escaped my mind. That's going to be Sean Pendleton. Sorry, Sean Pendleton. And on the right side of him, you're looking at Kevin Cordell. Cordell is about 6'4", 200 and probably 65, 75 pounds. And on the left side, on the left guard, you'll have Eric Tuich coming in there to play also. And he is. Let me reverse that real quick. It's not Eric Tuich. It's going to be Marshall Netting, number 77. He's a junior, 6'4", 270 pounds. So we do have enough size on the line. Pendleton, in his own right, he's about 250-pound center.
Yeah, and what you've just mentioned, Corey, you mentioned every sophomore that's been brought up. Also, we have 4 or 5 sophomores that are playing, and you're not brought up as a sophomore unless you're going to get playing time. Coaching going to let you not. You're going to be playing on the JV, getting reps if you can. If you're not good enough to make the varsity, so these guys are good enough to make the varsity, and they're already being counted on. But that's why we might have started a little bit slower this year. because we didn't have that last year.
We
And
haven't
so-
found a rhythm and chemistry yet.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I think it will go well. Last year, our offensive line had been playing the same offensive line since 7th grade.
Right.
And there wasn't anything we couldn't do. I don't know how many 4th downs we went for and got, but it was plenty. Enough to fill the purse, I'm sure. But also on the offensive part aspect, we do have a whole stall of running backs back there. We've got Jacob Ruff. We've got Tristan Chacon. We've got Connor Rose. We've got Ethan Slater. We've got running backs in the backfield that can run the ball, Darren.
Well, we do, but you guys have just hit on the fact that the coaches have put a lot of different combinations out on the field early in this season, and so I think that's got to kind of gel into the team, the group of 11 together. That's going to sort of rise up and sort of be that starting group. And as we kind of get to that point, I think you're going to see the team get a little more mature. That we've seen flashes of brilliance. We've seen confusion at times.
We have, and then one of the people that one of the new athletes we have on the team, as Darren mentioned earlier before the break, was number 12 Peyton McMullen. Peyton McMullen, 6'3", 200-pound, rangy, lanky, and he's got a body that will fill out during the years, as you can tell. But he is a study of the game. He's good between the ears, and he's made some pretty smart plays as a sophomore already this year.
Yeah, yes. I mean, he's shown he's got a live arm. You can see why the coaches have made the decision to kind of run him out there as a starter. He handles the ball well. He hides it well. Something that you really want to see happen in the slot T offense. Keep the defense off the heels and kind of fool them as to where the ball's going. But he's had a few situations where he's put the ball on the turf, and you got to take care of the ball as well.
Well, last week we had Sean Pendleton starting at center. We had never played center. We had some injuries due to to one of our centers, our starting centers. That's Nathan DeLeon. The other center we had, who was there the first of the season, was Braden Hodge. He had to be out of town that week, so we were kind of at a disparity, if you will, at the center position. So let's see if they gelled better this week, got into a rhythm.
Yeah, the same thing happened last year. Canyon Lake lost a lot of players throughout the first part of the year, but last year our depth was so much deeper, if that can be said twice there. And so with that type of situation here, yes, we have depth, but not as at the same level the depth we had last year. That's why it might take a little bit longer for us to get our act together, to get our momentum as a team and make that work.
Well, tonight will be a good night to do that. It's the third week into the season. It's a rivalry game. Everybody's going to be amped up a little bit. I say amped up a little bit. They'll be grabbing that 220 cord without any coating on it, Don. You got that look about your face.
What you said, our third game, Canyon Lake has been 3-0 just once in their career, or in the Canyon Lake history. And that was back in 2011. And that team actually won their first 6 games.
Went 8-2 that year.
And they went 8-2. They didn't make the playoffs, which is a whole story amongst itself. They were the best 8-2 team in the state of Texas that year. But Canyon Lake has not gone 3-0 except for that 1 year. And so this would be a key game, another first, if you will, or actually the second, because it would be the second time we've done it. How does that sound?
It's the second time, if you will, or a first time, if you will.
Either way you want to say it. I don't speak in tongues, though, but that's okay.
Trying to figure you out a little bit.
Thank you.
So right now, let's go back down. We have the J.T. Green, a tight end for Canyon Lake, number 30. And last week they brought in the sophomore, number 83, Ian Royer, as a double tight end look, which to help out that inexperience of the front line. Because last week Pflugerville had some big boys up front, and it was a battle for the inaccuracy of not having that chemistry. So they'll bring Ian Royer sometime on a double tight end set. But the slot T offense is geared to running in weather like this. And so we'll see kind of who he goes to, who Coach Moses goes to in the beginning. Is it going to be more of the jet sweep, the traps, or up the middle?
Yeah, last week Pflugerville Weiss had Coach said probably the best nose guard that we'll see this year. And if you remember last week, he was in our backfield just throwing people around. And so the jet sweep wasn't working last year.
You're like a fox in the hen house.
Because you had to get around that guy because your jet sweep was already torn up, because that's going very close to the line of scrimmage. So you have to be holding your block long enough to get that runner around it. And it didn't happen last week.
He was definitely in our backfield. He had his hand in a cookie jar, or he caused more chaos than the shrimp wrangler, I can tell you that.
He was a big fella.
He's a big fella.
He was.
He went about 6'4", 6'6", something like that. And I tell you what, when he decided he wanted to get in the backfield,
he got in the backfield. Yeah.
But he tired a little bit as the game went on, and so we were able to take advantage of that.
That brings up another good point. Looking at the roster for Canyon Lake, let's talk about the defense for just a minute. We do have both teams having a number of players going both ways. We'll get that that in just a second. Canyon Lake is off the field. Wimberley's just off the field, but the defense has stood tall in the saddle for both games, as they did last year. So we've got Braden Hodge. He'll be playing defense this year. Nathan DeLeon, he'll be playing the right defensive end. On the left defensive end, we've got number 36, Alex Harden, with 4 sacks already, and he's the undersized defensive end. The key to success, and also with DeLeon, is their speed.
Yeah, Canyon Lake has only had 2. Well, they played 2 games, but they've only the red zone has only been penetrated twice.
Yeah.
And the one time it was a field goal last week with Weiss. The other time was Marble Falls going down to our 1 yard line at the end of the game. You know, when you already had the game won, and so it wasn't that big of a deal. But they still kept them out of the end zone. And so Canyon Lake defense has done what they need to do.
Well, Canyon Lake has done quite well controlling the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, and the defensive line has done well. But if you talk about defense, you'll talk about the linebacking core and the strength that you have there.
Absolutely. The linebacking core is led by another Lee. For how many years we've had a Lee at linebacker? At least 4.
About 8. We're going on 8 pretty quick here. Yeah.
Hayden Lee is Hayden Lee was the linebacker for many years, middle linebacker. His younger brother Grayson, now a senior, has been a linebacker for 3 years. He's the district preseason MVP for the district. He has got about 11 forward speeds. He's about 6'2", 225, and he controls that defense. The other outside, the Mike and the Sam linebackers, are smaller, undersized, but they are plenty quick. One in Jacob Ruff and one also in Brandon Robinson. The corners are going to be Nick Rivera coming back today. He's the 2-year starter. He's a junior. And then also on the other side, you're going to have Caleb Allman, number 5. He'll get some time behind running the ball perhaps tonight, but he is definitely a run support corner. And then in the safeties back there, Lorette will be out, our number 1 safety guy. He'll be out due to some kind of injury, not sure what. And so they'll bring in on the strong side safety, they'll bring in Jacob Neal. And to be seen who they'll fill in with that other safety tonight.
Yeah, not only do you lose a DB in Trent Lorette, he also played a little bit of offense. And Grayson Lee had a couple of plays in offense last week. But more than that, we're missing a punter / field goal kicker / extra point kicker when you lose a Trenton Lorette. And so that's a big loss in several different aspects of the game.
Well, we'll definitely see the defensive backfield tested, having Lorette not in there and going up a Wimberley passing team. But you got some precipitation in the area. The field's wet. It'll probably be wet all night long, and we'll see how that impacts things as we go forward.
Well, we'll take an obscene profit break here, and for some of our sponsors, we thank them so much. We're going to come back immediately and give away some Meemaw's Tacos and a Lily's Java Pad. The number, you want to write this down real quick. Go get your pen and pencil, your number 2 Big Chief tablet, whatever you have handy there, and write this number down because you're going to want to use this number all night long. And that phone number is 210-246-3345. 210-246-3345. You'll need to keep that one in your front pocket or up on the wall because we've got lots to give away tonight. So we'll be right back after these messages. Thank you for our sponsors.
This show is brought to you by the book, All I Need to Know I Learned from My Texas High School Football Coach. A handbook of wisdom for parents, young people, and yes, even coaches. Head over to www.learnedfromcoach.com and order your copy to support sharing the stories of these great coaches and leaders. That's learnedfromcoach.com.
Hey there, Hawk fans. Tired of struggling with parking, long ticket lines, and crowded seats here at Hawk Stadium? Your Canyon Lake High School Athletic Booster Club has the solution. Memberships at Hawk level or higher qualify members for reserved parking, elite entrance, and reserved stadium seating for all home varsity football games. Memberships help purchase gear and equipment from multiple sports and help provide off-campus meals for all of our traveling teams. And $12,000 in scholarships were awarded to student athletes last year. Please join us for this year's Casino Night Scholarship Fundraiser to be held on Friday, October 5th at Goofy's Bar and Grill. For more information, contact us through Facebook or Instagram.
Thank you, and go Hawks!
Hey, this is Canyon Lake Broadcasting, voice of the Hawks, here to tell you about Exclusive Ironworks. Exclusive Ironworks by Kim and Rick Spalding. Look them up at exclusiveironworks.com. Their motto is anything iron. Home, iron fences, walk-through gates, drive-through stairways, balcony stairs, commercial decor, and everything. If it's iron, they'll do it. Rick is a master iron work craftsman. Give him a call at 830-743-2414 or 512-552-4742. That's exclusiveironworks.com. Anything iron, and they'll do it right.
Congratulations. No need to look any further. You have found the plumber that you will use for the rest of your life. That's right, Cowboy Plumbing Services. Cowboy Plumbing Services is a family owned and operated by Jared Criddle and his very nice and sweet wife, Sarah. They've been serving the San Antonio and New Braunfels, Texas Hill Country, and surrounding areas for over 17 years, and always with the same priority: customer satisfaction. Water heater replaced, leak fixed, drain unclogged, gas line installed, or even remodeled your new home, Jared does it right the first time. Proud to be a part of the Hawk community here in Canyon Lake and are aware of all the local codes, rules, and regulations. So what sets Cowboy Plumbing Services apart? The answer is basic: honest and integrity. They live by the creed from 2 Timothy 2:15. Make every effort to present yourself before God as a proven worker who does not need to be ashamed. Cowboy Plumbing Services. Call them at 830-214-4133. Again, that number is 830-214-4133. Cowboy Plumbing Services. The plumber you'll keep for life.
Imagine a game where you can pit the greatest Texas high school football teams of all time against each other. Before now, if you wanted to see the Permian Panthers of Friday Night Lights fame play Johnny Manziel's 2010 Kerrville squad, you were stuck with only your imagination. Not anymore. This new game allows you to play those dream matchups. 1983 Dangerfield, only allowed 8 points all season. 2015 Katy, 10 shutouts en route to their 4th straight championship appearance. 2008 Allen, their first of 5 championships in the state's largest classification, and so many more. Friday Night Legends is that game. What are you waiting for? Get in the game. Friday Night Legends.
To get your copy of Friday Night Legends, the game, head over to FridayNightLegends.com.
You keep saying you got something for me.
And we're back.
Something you call
Welcome everybody across the fruited plains and around the globe here in Comal County, Central Texas, the Hawk Nation here in Wimberley. This is Darren, Don, and Corey, Canyon Lake Broadcasting, the voice of the Hawks, coming to you live from Wimberley, Texas, as the Hawks come into town to take on the Texans on their home turf on their opening night here for the Texans, as they have had 2 road games to start off the season. And the Battle of the Backbone continues, and the take-home traveling trophy is up for grabs. Darren's over here producing the show with Les Clary. And Les is the working the vibe, as it will, for K-Mag Sports, producing the show with Darren. He'll give us some color commentation as the game gets going. Don Holmes to my left over here. He's our statistics sports guy, yards, interviews, and more. He's owner-editor of HilltopNewspaper.com. And I am Corey Martelli, your play-by-play host and ringleader of the group. 2 Aggies and a Longhorn making it happen on Friday Night Lights, and we welcome everybody. And immediately we're going to go give away the Mima's Tacos right now.
Let's do it.
Who's going to win? 210-246-3345.
You'll also find that number on your computer screen if you're at home. It should be up there for you to see, 210-246-3345.
Absolutely.
Text to win. That's tacos.
Yeah, it's tacos. Mima's Tacos.
Wish I could compete in this contest.
Well, I have 2, and you can have 12. That's what I say.
Absolutely.
Actually, I was in there the other night, and somebody didn't get an order. They gave them to me.
Very nice.
Yes.
I guess you're just living right, Corey.
I'm living right. I don't know about living right, but I'm living.
Well, I tell you what, it's a good deal if you can get it. So text away, folks, if you want to get that those free Mima tacos, that'll be just get your text in 210-246-3345.
Like to give a shout out to Grandpa Bill in Mississippi. He's got his 2 grandsons on the team, JT Green and the freshman brought up for this game, Jeremy Green.
We'll see whether we see any of Jeremy Green on the field tonight. That'd be a big thing for him if he's able to get in as a freshman.
Well, we have a winner, Deanne McCoy. She called in, but we're going to give it to her anyway. She's supposed to text, but that will go to Deanne McCoy.
Deanne McCoy, congratulations! You get your Mimos tacos. That's a good. I can't say it.
Mimos tacos, delicious.
Tacos, you bet.
Yeah, so Miss McCoy, she is with the cheerleaders this year. I think she helps out at the cheerleague capacity level. Great person. Has a daughter who runs track. Doesn't run the 100 meters well, but runs the 400 well.
There you go. All right. So little known facts. You got a lot of them coming out tonight.
A lot of them coming out tonight. Well, it's about 15 minutes to kick off. Both tunnels are being aired up.
Yeah.
And got some cheerleaders and some rain gear. Canyon Lake is, it's a sparsely crowd here. Maybe they're all listened to on the radio, but the people walking down the track there to get into the stands across the way here. Here on the home side, we've got about half full. Student section looks pretty full. But I'll tell you.
You got the band here already. You got the dance teams here, so they're all taking the field, getting ready for the team to come on. Hey, look, man, they're going to be geeked up tonight. This is their first home game, and I tell you what, that you can say what you want, but tonight I expect Wimberley to come with a lot of emotion in this game.
A lot of emotion. But it will be. They'll be teed up on both sides of the ball tonight. Let's take a look at tonight's game. And, Darren, what do you see? What are the keys to winning for Canyon Lake tonight? Or what is it that they need to do particularly to walk away with their first road game win?
I think they have to control the line of scrimmage. I think that's always a key here. Whether or not they're able to get into their run offense, I think that'll be a key. Turnovers are the other part of this whole thing. Will they take care of the ball? Will they put it on the turf? Limit possessions of Wimberley. I think that'll be a huge key, and then you've got this untested defensive backfield for Canyon Lake. We're going to see whether they can step up.
Absolutely. Don, shift it over to you.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that they're totally untested on the DBs because I know we have some guys coming in, but the reality is that they have already faced 2 passing teams. This will be the 3rd passing team they've faced, and they've done well because they've also had pressure and controlled the line of scrimmage on the defensive line and with the linebackers.
Absolutely.
So that's a huge. These types of passing teams they don't go deep very often. They'll do little curl routes and slants and little flare type of passes, and so that makes the linebackers have to do more than just blitz the quarterback, and so that's going to be a key too. But I'm going to go back to this is not the same Wimberley team that we played in the past. It's a younger team. And I think Canyon Lake can handle this team, and we'll come back with be 3-0 for this year.
We'll see how it pans out for Don and Darren's prediction. I think the key to winning tonight for Canyon Lake is to make the quarterback, number 4, Cooper McCullen, uncomfortable as he can be in that pocket. They'll probably have to put a spy on him. He is the better quarterback of the 2 we faced all season, no doubt about it. I think that the offensive line for the Texans are fair-sized guys. They are a little younger, but I think they're a little bit slower than our defense. So I think keeping McClellan is the key to our victory. I think we're going to get a turnover, whether it's a fumble or interception, just by the number of drop passes we've had on our defense this last couple of games. So making McClellan uncomfortable in the pocket is the key to the winning tonight. And then also, as far as Canyon Lake goes, we have to stop the fumbles. We've had 4 fumbles in 2 games. I don't think we had 4 fumbles all last year, Don.
That is correct.
But that's going to be the keys. Does it sound rudimentary? Does it sound something like we should all think, the simple analytics to the game? It's really not. Football's a pretty diverse subject, but those are the key, in my opinion, keeping McClellan off his game. He runs, he can throw the ball, and Clewell and Goforth are all good receivers. So I am a little bit on there. Darren had said something about untested. There's going to be some people moving in and out this year that kind of gives me the Jeeper Creepers a little bit, but we'll see.
Yeah, when I say untested, it's not that they haven't played passing teams, but if we go back to Marble Falls, they played the sophomore quarterback, not the senior, and he was proficient, but he was not dynamic, if you will. And then last week against Weiss, while we kept good pressure on them. That's a young team, and I think in their first full year in varsity competition. So again, I'm just when I say untested, I think you'll see here up against a quarterback of this caliber, and with the receiving core that they've got, will we be able to stand up against that pressure?
Well, I'm going to pull a rabbit out of the hat because last week we got cut short. I'm going to give away Bow Hunter's Barbecue.
Wow, Bow Hunter's Barbecue
and beef jerky.
Now, where's Bow Hunter's Barbecue?
Located at the Hancock Center across from the Security State Bank and Trust by the Exxon there. I'm going to give the 2 meat plates away to the next 2 people who text in. Bow Hunter's Barbecue, 2 meat plates up for grabs.
2 meat plates.
So you get like ribs and sausage or brisket and ribs.
All right, can you get chicken?
If they have chicken. They've got tamales there too.
No chicken. It's all beef.
And they also, guess what? They got some blueberry pie.
Yeah, and you'll know where it is because they have one of their daughters is Sarah. And she's out there with that sign saying, "Stop here." And
that's her.
She's out there with 100 degrees, and everything.
Did I mention they had blueberry pie?
I think you did, yes.
Yeah, I had some the other day. In fact, I just went in and got the blueberry pie. It was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't really care.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You just kind of took a little break and decided you needed to have the blueberry pie.
Man of middle age throwing caution to the wind at
well,
blueberry pie.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, so I'll have to report that out to Robin about that blueberry pie.
Somebody just texted me in, 901 area code. I don't know who you are. You won the first one, though. So give us your name when you text so we will know who you are.
That'd be good.
That'd be good.
No controversy.
No controversy.
We want to limit the controversy in these giveaways.
Again, Courtney Teutsch. Miss Teutsch won.
All right, got a son on the varsity team.
Yep, and I believe that's Courtney. Yep, Courtney. She'll take the first one, and they've got some good barbecue down there. Well, it's about 10 minutes to kickoff time as the clock's winding down here. Canyon Lake fans are finally getting in there. We've got the dance team. I'm sorry, the Emerald Dancers, the award-winning Emerald Dancers, and the
absolutely
award-winning Canyon Lake Cheerleaders.
Absolutely, we got the entire Spirit organization down on the field. Band is up in the stands, getting their instruments dry, I think, and. Should be a good game tonight.
Yeah. Well, here comes the lineup for the Wimberley Texans. Number 2 is Landon Cluwell. Number 3, Kenny Strange. Number 4, Cooper McCullum. And number 5 is Nicholas Coles. Number 6 is Aaron Arroyo. Number 7 is Camden Crowder. Number 8, Kobe Goldforth. Number 9, Christian Marshall. Number 10 is Josh Limley. Number 11, Jake Donnelly. Number 12, Trevor Matthews. Number 13, Remy Wade. 14 is Caleb Savrinka. He's the wide receiver we had talked about. Number 15, Brandon Martin. Number 17, Logan Schrock. Number 18, Jaden Potts. Number 19 is the other slot receiver, Colby Boyle. Number 20 is Braden Ramos. And number 21 is Jake Milam. Rory Hughes, number 22. He's a linebacker. Seth Kebro, number 24. Number 25 is Seth McFerrin. Number 32 is a running back, Guy Kapuros. Number 33 is Manny Esquina. He'll be at number 33. And number 34 is Moses Ray, the fullback, the freshman, the big boy, helping the block and run. He'll catch him out in the flats for a few passes maybe. Number 41 is Brandon Nicholas. 50 is Angel Alvarez. Number 51, Trey Manning. Number 52 is Mason Simon. 55 is Carson Minix, and he'll be on the offensive line. And he's your right tackle. And then you'll have Kyle Yater, Hayden Kavir. He's the other offensive lineman. Number 72, Cameron Colburn. And Blake Lukenbacher. Number 75. Number 78 is Heath Shake. 79 is Colin Kincaid and Ben Jacobson. And that's your lineup for the Wimberley Texans, and now the lineup for your Canyon Lake Hawks.
Corey, did we get the other winner here? You got 2. We're still waiting.
No, I'm still waiting for one other winner. We're waiting.
Let me give you that number out real quick, and then before you give that lineup out, it's 210-246-3345 to get your free meal from Bow Hunter Barbecue.
That's right. Texas right now. Here's the starting lineup for the 2018 Canyon Lake Varsity Hawks. Number 1, Trey Lucero. Number 2, Grayson Lee. He's the middle linebacker. 3 is Steven Sharp. Number 4 is Brandon Robinson, weak side linebacker. Number 5, Caleb Allman, quarterback and running back. Number 6, flexed out, is the receiver, and that's Chance Martelli. They'll get him a few balls out to him today. And then you have Jeremy Green, the brought up freshman Jacob Neal, starting outside linebacker, number 8. Number 10, Ethan Slater. Number 12, the quarterback, Peyton McMullen. And Nick Rivera, number 15. Number 20, Tristan Chacon, running back. Lorette, number 21. He'll be out. Maybe see some of him tonight. Connor Rose, the running back at swing back. Number 26, Cody Klein. JT Green, the tight end. Number 32, Jacob Ruff, the running back. They'll use him tonight. Number 36, Alex Harden, defensive end. Carter McCormick, number 40. Number 42 is Kyle Wharton. Number 48 is linebacker Andrew Kohlberg. Brandon Kassar will come in and give breathers to. Here come the Hawks. And we're going to hold for just a minute. We'll come back to this.
This is not a test. This is the Canyon Lake Broadcasting System, and this is Canyon Lake football.
Come your Canyon Lake Hawks. Canyon Lake Hawks taking the field in their Dreamsicle all-white uniforms, green lettering, and gold seal on a green helmet. And we're about underway here at Wimberley High School as the Texans take on the Hawks in the Battle of the Backbone. And both teams are lined up. The team captains for Wimberley Texans, number 11, Jake Donnelly. Number 5, Nicholas Coles. Number 6 will be Aaron Arroyo. And number 58, that'll be, let's see, I believe that's number 58 down there.
I think it's 50. I think it's actually 50.
Is it 50?
Yeah, just the jerseys.
Angel Angel Alvarez.
Yeah, there you go.
Team captains for the Hawks are number 30, JT Green. Number 2, Grayson Lee. Number 20, Tristan Chacon. And number 22, Connor Rose. Make that number 32, Jacob Rupp. I'm sorry. Well, put your tray tables in the upright right positions. Stand up because you won't want to sit down for this ball game. We'll do the best we can so you can hear what we see on the field as both teams march out, locking arm in arm. Two solid lines facing each other about just short of the hash marks. They'll meet at half field. Referees for the game will have are standing with the people at midfield, and we'll get the coin flip, handshakes, a tradition here. And a lot of these guys know each other. We had mentioned that several times, but it is the truth. So here comes a coin flip, and we'll give you the play-by-play. Crowd's starting to fill in, Darren.
Yeah, it is. We knew that it would. I mean, it's a rough night for football and from a weather perspective, but this is a big rivalry game. So
there goes the coin. Wimberley won the toss. And let's see if they take the ball. They defend first. And
it's the Hawk radio.
So Wimberley takes the ball. They'll take the ball and receive it. And they'll be facing the south end, coming from the north. There is no really wind to speak of. Nothing on the poles. We have weather coming in, as we mentioned, probably won't be here for at least an hour or so, depending on what the radar does, if it dissipates or not. But we're almost on the way. All right, Hawk fans, sit back and stand up, rather, as we have the national anthem being played here by the Wimberley Marching Band. It's nice to know that the veterans can salute the flag if they choose to, instead of putting their hand over their heart.
Thank you. For our national anthem this evening, we have a very special guest. It's Holly Island will be doing performing the national anthem.
And what a great rendition of the Star Spangled Banner. Brought to you by the Wimberley Texans. It's go time. Strap it on and get ready. Wimberley came back out of the tunnel and they did a little switcheroony. They have red jerseys on now with silver leading. They had the blue jerseys on, came out, took them off to prove a point. I guess that's their battle red uniforms.
I guess they proved that they have two uniforms.
Couple of rule changes. I guess that does, Darren. Couple of changes that y'all may not be accustomed to out there. Any ball kicked on a kickoff behind the 25-yard line is caught in the air, fair caught. They'll take the ball out to the 25. In other words, you can take a fair catch at the 5. They'll bring it out to the 25.
Yeah.
Some of the things here that also your knees have to be covered with your pants. You can't have your pants covered up the top of your knee. It's got to be covering the knee. So, kicking off for the Kenyon Lake Hawks is not going to be Trent Lorette. We don't see him out there. That'll be the new freshman kicker out there.
Jeremy Green. I'm sorry, that's 87.
No, it's Trent Butler. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Trent Butler.
Yeah, let's get that right. That's Trent Butler. He's going to be handling the kicking duties tonight. With
back will be number 30 catching the ball for the Texans, and that's going to be. It's kind of hard to see those silver numbers when they're crunched together, but we're almost underway. Ball teed up at the 40-yard line. Here comes Butler. Hand is up, and we're underway. High pooch kick. It's going to be taken about the 25-yard line. Moses has the ball, and he'll come back up inside, and he is hit hard. Brandon Robinson, along with Ethan Slater on the tackle. Texans will have the ball. And they'll mark him down, let's see, at the 33-yard line. 1st and 10, Wimberley.
Moses Ray is a load. It took a couple guys to hit him, but boy, once they did, they put him on the turf.
Yeah, we have Devin Hooper won the other barbecue. He won that, so we got 2 winners.
Barbecue.
Y'all hang in there. We got lots more to give away. And
awesome.
Penalty already. It's going to be the 37-yard line. 1st and 10, Wimberley. McCullum in the backfield. He'll take the snap, looks to the right side, zings one out. He's got a man and caught him being hit immediately by Caleb Allman, number 5, the quarterback for the Hawks. He'll pick up about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6. We'll call it 5, so we'll go 5 and 5. McCullum will definitely be wearing out his corners shortly, and Canyon Lake will be tested. The 2 corners are Nick Rivera, number 15, and Caleb Allman on the far side. And back.
Currently, they're giving up about a 7-yard cushion off of the receivers. So we'll see if they tighten that up as the game goes on.
2nd down to 5. Quick slant in the middle, and pass complete. Brandon Robinson on the tackle. They'll pick up 6 yards. It'll be enough for a 1st down at midfield. McCullum just getting his rhythm. Short passes, making a high completion rate, and that'll give him confidence as the game goes on.
What an offense like this, it does essentially a handoff, right? The pitch and catch is something they do every day in practice, and if we're not playing a little tighter defense on those receivers, they're going to have that cushion to get that 5-yard catch every time.
Chacon is back deep, along with Jacob Neal, the safeties, man in motion. Shotgun formation. McClellan sweeps out to the right side. Looks, he has a man downfield in and out of the hands. Nick Rivera there defensively. Number 2 on the stop, and that's Landon Clewell. Getting him in the rotation early. Just went right in and out of his hands. That's the ball being wet out here.
Hit Clewell right in the hand, you're right. And ball went right through it, and defender made a nice play on him after the ball was missed. But ball was there. He could have caught it. Yeah. Absolutely.
So split out well left and right. Trips left, Cleo in the backfield, nobody in the backfield with the quarterback. Shotgun. Take the ball, looks to the right, quick inside, and in and out of the hands and almost intercepted by number 15, Rivera. That'll bring up 3rd down and 10. That was a quick slant to the slot inside. That would be Kapuros came up on that. Yep. Number 32 out of the backfield. Kind of a play in a slot on the weak side. But Clewell zings that ball in at about 54 miles an hour.
Yeah, McCollum, he ripped it in there much harder than that the receiver could handle. Of course, the ball's wet too, so all those are factors in that. But the defenders were on tight as well. So that was
trips right. McClellan rolls to the left side. This time he's got a man way downfield, throws it, and pass is complete. Right in front of Caleb Allman. That was a one-on-one. It'll be a first down as the Texans get the ball out to the, we'll call it the 39-yard line of the Hawks. Moving the ball downfield. McClellan is on fire. He's had the ball in his receiver's hands. A couple of drops.
Well, the receiver just goes down to the sticks. He goes down to 10 yards down, 11 yards, and he breaks into that on out, and the ball's right there. So it's a nice pitch and catch from the quarterback.
Cooper McMullen in the backfield. In motion. First and 10 is going to be Kapoor to the right side and run. Here comes the Hawks defense, and they come up, and he'll get about 3 yards on there. The whole left side. And Jacob Rupp, JT Green on the tackle along with Alex Harden. Take your pick on that one. Kapuros will pick up about 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Green did a nice job of stretching that out from the right defensive end position, and then you had Ruff come in and just clean the thing up.
Brings up 2nd down and 7, the ball at the 36-yard line. Here comes the blitz. In comes Grayson Lee and gets Moses. They hand him Moses right up the middle, the big boy, the fullback. Grayson Lee outside blitz.
Nice play by Lee, and also nice job by Alex Harden knifing in from the end position and disrupting that whole play. So it's going to bring up a nice. It's going to bring up a 2nd and looks like 7 at this point. So.
Yep, a 2nd and 7, and maybe a loss. They're going to give him 2 yards on that. Should be 2nd about 3. Ball at the 31-yard line. Texans moving the ball. 2nd 2 at the 30. Here comes McClellan, looks back. They got a man wide open down there. Wide open is throws, and Moses will tiptoe across the sideline, pushed out of bounds by Grayson Lee, but nobody was around Moses as he came out of the backfield into the flats. He'll make a huge gain all the way down to the Hawk 13-yard line. 1st and 10 for Wimberley.
Young linebacker Robinson ran right past Moses as he came out of the backfield. Did not pick him up and left him wide open for about a 5-yard dump, and then he just had open field down the sideline.
Trips left. Here comes the Texans. 1st and 10 at the 13. Reverse right side here. Canyon Lake sniffed this one out, boys. Huge loss on the play. And staying home in the defensive end position is JT Green. And that'll push Wimberley all the way back across the 20 out to the 21-yard line. Well, they're going to call it the 20. Huge loss on the play of about 8 yards. 2nd down and 18. They did the old whipsy-woo reverse, and the defensive ends held their spot.
Yeah, showed a lot of discipline there in terms of holding the ground and on that backside.
Kapuris in the backfield with McClellan. This McClellan rolls out to the left. Here comes the blitz. The ball's in the air. And
almost
intercepted by Tristan Chacon. And Chacon was given the pleasure of having a ball fly up in the air because the blitz was on, and McClellan didn't have time to get enough spit on it, and it was a duck in the air. So, we'll bring up third down at about 18. They'll have to make about the 2-yard line for a first. So you're probably going to think that they're in 4-down territory, and here comes McClellan. They're in shotgun. Receivers rarely get in the huddle, just the lineman and the quarterback. Now he's got 5 receivers out in the open. So he'll be testing the Canyon Lake defensive back. McClellan gets one inside bubble pass, and they sniffed that one out. He'll pick up about 7 yards. It'll be 4th and 11.
Oh,
Jacob Ruff on the tackle.
Grayson Lee's really upset with himself. He smelled it out. He knew it was a bubble play, but bubble screen, and he just flat missed him right at the point of catch. And Ruff was there to clean it up after a gain of about 5.
Well, they'll line up for a field goal. This is a 32-yard field goal attempt for the Texans. No rain. Turf is wet as is the ball. Ball goes up, and I believe it hits the goalpost, and it's no good.
It's no good.
No good! And the Texans chew up about 6 minutes on the clock, and they walk away with Magpie.
Well, that was a good defensive stand there. Obviously, as the field gets shorter, it's tougher to get those little quick passes done, and you find that room down inside the red zone. Certainly, the defensive line began to kind of flex their muscle a little bit and made an impact. So a good stop by the defense on this first series.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Hawks at their own 20-yard line. 7:41 to go in the first quarter. Dive play, and here comes Ruff, and Ruff's going to go right off tackle. JT Green leading the way along with Marshall netting. Ruff will take about 3 yards. It'll be 2nd 7. Peyton McMullen, number 12. He'll be dishing the ball out. Ian Royer comes in with the play. Up to the line of scrimmage they go. In the backfield, Ruff. Backside, Tristan Chacon. And Chacon, he'll have no room on that far side. The Texans still gave him about a yard. It'll be 3rd and 8. So he'll pick up 2, they said. 3rd down and about probably 5.5. We'll call it 6. We've got to get just past the 30-yard line. In comes Jacob Neal. They'll do a double tight end package. Here comes Peyton McMullen. McMullen takes the ball, backside trap, and the Texans were waiting for him, and they're going to be short of the first down. They're going to be 4th down. Total flow one way and back the other, and the Texans defensive end held his ground, as did our Hawks defensive end on their run. Chacon on the run.
On the carry, he just, it just smelled out, and he got stopped about 2 yards shy of the first down. It looks like Canyon Lake's going to punt this away.
Kicking the ball is Jacob Neal, number 8. He'll do a rugby-style kick, and nice kick up in the air. And it's taken immediately, and he's hit immediately. Martelli in on the stop, and Martelli held his own, got him down to his knee, and the cavalry came a calling. Hart and Lee along with Sharp. So Neal gets one down there, loss of 1 on the return. Wimberley will have the ball again in short order. Be at the 37-yard line, 1st and 10. 5:56 to play here in the first quarter. As the Battle of the Backbone Trophy is up for grabs.
Well, we'll see how the defense responds here as Wimberley takes the offensive snap.
McCullen looks back, looks to the right side, pumps fake, and has a man, and got a pass complete on a rocket. And he's testing Jacob Neal on the far side over there. See where they mark the ball. Be short about, he probably got about 9.5 yards. A half a length of the football to get to a first. Make a 2nd down, and we'll call it 1.
Christian Marshall on the catch.
Kapuris in the backfield with McClellan. Trips right. Kapuris, right side pass complete, and fumble on the play. And Canyon Lake comes up with it. They have the fumble. Well, still no signal, but the ball came flying out, and Canyon Lake landed on it. We don't have a
decision
call yet. Canyon Lake says they have it. The ball came flying out, Now, while the referees are sitting there talking about it, I don't know. One ref said yes, and the other one walked over. They called the timeout. So now we're going to see what we got. Now they're going to say he was down by contact, and that's unfortunate for the Hawks because the ball did come out of the air. Wow!
And he never hit the ground until
hit the ground
until he was separated from the ball. So
Coach Drum is not happy about that one.
That's a tough break right there.
That is a tough break. Clearly, ball went flying in the air, and two defenders hit him, Jacob Neal and Rivera, and he came through the other side without the ball. So that'll be a 1st and 10 for Wimberley at the Canyon Lake 47-yard line. McClellan is going to keep this one right up the middle. And there they go. He's not going to get anywhere. He might get a half a yard.
Grayson Lee's right there.
Grayson Lee on the stop along with Alex Hart, number 36. He'll get right back to the line of scrimmage.
We see Coach Hooper beginning to dial up a couple of blitzes. He blitzed on that last play. They got the ball out, but they're beginning to try to bring a little more pressure on the quarterback, make him a little bit nervous. That was a design quarterback keeper, but Lee stayed home and quickly brought him to the turf.
No gain on the play, 2nd down and 10. Bunch right. Kapouris in the backfield. Shotgun. It's going to be a run sweep action. McClellan will keep it. He's got a blitz on him. He's got a man down on him. And McClellan throws the ball as Alex Harden had him.
By the jersey.
By the jersey like a bulldog on a rag. And I'll tell you, he did luckily he got that out of there. He was outside the tackles. You might have called that for intentional grounding if the receivers was within a certain amount of yards, but it'll be 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, he was on his way down to the turf. He just kind of flipped the ball out, really with no hopes of having it caught, just trying to keep from taking the sack and the big loss. So it brings up a 3rd down and 10. A big play right here for the Canyon Lake defense.
Trips left, Kapouris on the right side of McClellan. Shotgun formation. McClellan takes the ball, looks right. Here comes the blitz. Again, it's hard. McClellan's got nothing but daylight. He's going to run and try to get the 1st down. And McClellan
going to be short.
He's going to be short. He's going to be 4th down coming up in about a yard. McClellan just took it and ran. And Alex Harden all over him.
Well, that's one Harden would like to have back. Harden took off like a bullet. Had a dead shot at the quarterback, but he came in a little bit too inside. Quarterback was able to kind of sweep out on him to the right and get some big yardage out of him.
They're going to go for it. 4th down and 3. They've got to make about the 38-yard line. They're going to go for it. They're going to spread out the offense. Trips left. Kapouris in the back over McClellan. 4th down and 3. 4:29 to go here in the first quarter. McClellan takes the ball, looks out the right side, quick slant, and he's got it. 36-yard line is reception. Nick Rivera on the tackle there. Number 7 on the stop.
And he hit his favorite receiver right there in Landon Pleawell for the 1st down.
So that'll be a 1st and 10 for Wimberley at the Canyon Lake 37-yard line. And I just heard the 1st down call here at Wimberley.
Oh yeah, well they're gonna.
There's another one. We'll talk more about the 1st down call as the game gets on. Shotgun. McClellan will keep the ball, try to find that window in the middle, and he does. And he'll pick up about 5 yards. Wimberley moving the ball effectively at this point against Canyon Lake.
Again, another design quarterback keeper. Just took the ball out of the shotgun, delayed, and then he took off.
In comes a new batch of linemen. Dylan Shepard, Cassard, J.T. Green, and Marshall Netting, number 77. Make that, Marshall Netting, number 77. Bring a 2nd down and 5. Pearls will go on the right side of McClellan. Shotgun, wide splits, man in motion. This is a design run from the get-go. To cut back is Kapouris. He's got a lot of open area, and he gets to the 20, cuts back, and they'll finally get him out of bounds at about the 15. Nifty running by Guy Kapouris. He's a short running back, good center of gravity. Cassard on the stop.
So they get all the way down to the 16-yard line, and again, kind of broke through the line of scrimmage, had a lot of green, and cut it back out to the right-hand side, and was off to the races. Fortunately, was able to get pushed out of bounds before he was able to get to the end zone.
3:23 left to go in the first quarter. Trips to the left. McClellan takes the ball. He looks to the left, rolls out to the left, has a man wide open, and they're going to call pass interference. And that was Cohen. I'm going to make that Caleb Allman on the defense, and nothing's going right for the Hawk defense at this point in the game, that's for sure.
Well, it was nice, tight coverage. He just had an arm wrapped around the backside of him and kind of grabbed the hold a little too early. Didn't give up a lot of yardage there. That only puts the ball at the 14-yard line, or I guess 13-yard line, but does move the sticks, and that allows them to keep the first down down.
Yeah, 1st and 10 for Wimberley at the Hawk, about 12-yard line. They're knocking on the door again. And splits way out to the left side. He has got the spread offense spread. Man in motion comes across McClellan. He takes the ball. It's going to be a quarterback keep. McClellan's got the room up the middle, and he is brought down by number 7. That's going to be Jeremy Green, the freshman coming in to play safely. Stops the touchdown from McClellan. He'll get inside the 5-4.
McCollum on the quarterback keeper
there.
McCollum again, but it's just another design keeper, and he just pushed his way all the way down to the 3-yard line. A lot of room there at the line of scrimmage.
Right. 2:50 to go in the first quarter. 1st and goal for the Texans. Jeremy Green getting in his first tackle of his varsity career. Grandpa Bill in Mississippi's got to be proud for that. Shotgun formation. And McClellan takes the ball again. He'll want to shot put it across and got a touchdown.
Yeah, so
he sucked him in.
He sucked him in. Basically, faked the dive, and he just did what we call the old jump pass. He had the tight end just for breaking off the line of scrimmage, standing free with nobody covering him.
And Wimberley Texans get on the board. 2:34 here in the first quarter. The extra point attempt, they'll line that one up. It'll be a shorter attempt this time. The extra point attempt is up, and it is good. So, the Texans get on the board first as a battle of offenses. Canyon Lake had a 4-and-out and gave it back over. We had a fumble, but didn't go our way. And that adds to the lore of the battle of the backbone. Always some kind of call at this game, either way for either side as the years roll by. So we'll have to see if Coach Moses can dial up some offense for the Canyon Lake Nation. Get back on the board. It is it's a half crowd on the other side. I know we have a lot of people listening tonight out there. And back deep to receive the kick will be Chacon, Jacob Neal, and Jacob Ruff.
Well, that was a well-designed play down there on the goal line at the 3-yard line. Clearly, the defense all sucked up to try to stop that quarterback sneak. They'd run it like 3 times on that drive, and classic jump pass.
Yep, exactly right, Don.
The old Tim Tebow type.
Tim Tebow pass, very effective. Here comes the Texans. Now, don't put it past the Texans to do an onside kick here. They've been known to do some of the unusual. Kicking the ball for the Texans is number 20, Brian Bramos. To get up at the 40-yard line. And here comes the kick. Nice kick up in the air. It's going to be returnable. It's going to be Jacob Neal at the 15. He slips. He gets out to the 25. A hold of 25. Cuts back across midfield. Jacob's still on his feet. And he'll be shy of the 30-yard line. And that's where the Hawks will take up the ball 1st and 10. Right at the 29-yard line. Jacob Neal on the return for Canyon Lake. And Coach Moses will be dialing it up here, folks. Finally setting the ball down. They're trying to get a right location. I thought it was right at the 30. Now they've called timeout. The officials, again, having called timeout for a second time already to get their figures straight. That'll give Canyon Lake a little bit more time to call a few plays and think about what they want to do next.
Canyon Lake really needs to get an offensive possession moving here. It would look like a personal foul.
And it was against the Texans. That'll go all the way across the 40-yard line, down to the 45, and they're going to stop it at the 44-yard line.
I'm going to speculate that was something said. I don't really see anything happen in the play there that would have caused that. But in a game like this, these referees are going to keep tight control over the
That's right. Here to the line of scrimmage, it's Chacon. And Chacon has a little breathing room, and Chacon to get across 45. Bring him down at about the 47-yard line. Spotting that ball seems to be a problem. It'll be 47-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7. In comes Martelli with the play. Peyton McMullen at the quarterback position. He'll come in. Pendleton at center. Martelli flexes out. He'll come back in as a double tight end package. McClellan rolls out to the right side, has somebody wide open, and it is almost intercepted.
So you had
wide open on the backside is JT Green with nobody around him. I mean, there was nobody there, and I mean nobody.
But the problem that we have there was such a pressure off the left side of that line is that McMullen never got on a rollout, ever got his feet set.
That's what happened last week too on his passes.
He tried to jam it into a receiver that was closer up. I don't know the way he could have gotten it muscled out there to the guy that was wide open with such a pressure coming at him off the left side of that defensive line.
Martelli brings in the play. Pendleton gets out to center. McMullen up under center. 3rd down and 7. The Hawks needing that 1st down. It's a peanut play, and here comes Ruff. And Ruff, they sniff this one out. Jacob Ruff is going to be brought down for a loss. And I'll tell you what, the Wimberley defense is burning on this slot T offense. We have negative yards, Don. I believe this quarter may have a few extra, but they sniffed that one out. And that'll bring up 4th down and about 12.
Well, they tried the peanut play. They've done that to some success over the first two games. But you know, it's one of those plays that you kind of have to do it when nobody's expecting it. When the rest of your offense is sort of clicking, and quite frankly, Wimberley had watched a lot of film, and they've seen that play already 4 times.
Here comes Neal's kick, and it's just high up in the air. Not a good kick. Takes a good Canyon Lake roll, and they'll get it down to about the 31-yard line. Well, the Texans have run this quarter. We got 57 seconds left in the first quarter. Your score is Wimberley Texans 0 and the Canyon Lake Hawks nothing. McClellan in game will bring it up 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line, just inside the 31. And you know they would love to have the ball, love to have a score quick here and have us down by 2 scores. 1st and 10, Wimberley. We'll see what Coach Hooper has dialed up here for, as Coach Hooper is the defensive coordinator. Split out 2 in the backfield this time. McClellan looks deep, pump fakes, it's a screen, and it is fumbled. And it's a fumble. They pick up the ball. They're saying he's down. It's a touchdown. They're going to call it back. They're going to say it's incomplete. Again.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was
again.
That was a quick hitter right there. Grayson Lee hit that receiver as soon as the ball was there. They're going to say he never had possession. It was a bang play. The ball came straight out, and they're going to say he never made a football move with it on that play. Ball did come out. Robinson picked it up and was able to trot it on into the end zone, but that will be all for naught. But great play by Grayson Lee on the bubble screen. He sniffed that out.
Kapouris was wide open. Lee had seen this play before. So 2nd down and 10. Man in motion. McClellan out the side, the sweep pass outside. He'll get his man. Brought down by Jacob Neal. And the number 8 with the reception on the play. That's Colby Goldforth. And he'll pick up a lot of those yards, maybe 8 or 9. Let's see where they mark the ball. Referee standing around with the ball quite a lot this first quarter. He went out of bounds at about the 38, but now they're calling timeout.
They're having a discussion.
This is the 3rd time.
Oh, we're at the, I don't know what, we've got 21 seconds
21 seconds left in the quarter. It's not into the quarter. For the 3rd time, the officials.
There's a penalty.
There is a flag on the far side.
I see that, but we don't have indication
what it is for.
We're going to find out here pretty quick. There's going to be motion on the offense. That'll take them back 5 yards.
So that'll negate that play. A play in which the running back kind of just did a flare out of the backfield. Quite frankly, the safety was probably 15 yards off it as he came out. Coach Hooper's probably going to have to take a few more chances in what he's doing in the defense. Otherwise, this Wimberley offense stands the chance of just sort of picking them apart. 5 yards here, 7 yards here, and just wearing the defense out.
It'll be 2nd down and 14. The ball at the 26-yard line of the Texans. Trips to the right, single set receiver out to the left. Kapouris in the backfield with McClellan. Here comes the Hawk defense spreading out in a 4-2-4. It's going to be a quarterback keep. McClellan takes the ball, and he's got a room on the right side. And a fumble! This time the ball is fumbled, and this time Kenyon Lake recovered the fumble. And the Hawks come up big with a hit on McClellan. There'll be no denying this one.
Big number 72, Dylan Shepard, on the recovery as the ball came loose. And McCollum is still down on the turf a little bit. He took quite the shot.
He took a pop, and he coughed up the ball. I think it was Jacob Ruff on the hit.
It happened on the far side of the field for us. It was kind of hard to see exactly who hit him, but as soon as he got hit, and it was a decleater, folks, the ball separated from the runner, and he is still feeling it as he comes over to the sideline.
He will not be playing Jenga tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's working on catching his breath back.
First and 10 Hawks at the 41-yard line of the Texans. This thing's going to make something of this. Backside trap, and it's going to be a bobbing and weaving down the middle. And there's a whole bunch of red jerseys on the tackle there. They'll give him about 3 yards.
I think that was Connor Rose.
Connor Rose on the carry. He cut it back inside. The outside was closed. And
again,
Marshall Netting is getting some free coaching by Coach Moses, I can tell you that. And that's the end of the first quarter.
And again, we've yet to see the Canyon Lake offensive line begin to exert themselves at the point of attack. It's been tough sledding so far in this game.
It has. Well, it's 7-0 here at the end of the first quarter. Canyon Lake down by 7. Canyon Lake has had a couple opportunities, fumbles that one pass, and I guess the old football move thing came into play. We had touchdown there. Finally got McClellan to cough up the ball, and Dylan Shepard jumped on him. That'll give Canyon Lake its opportunity now. It's best of the game. First and 10, they'll switch ends, obviously. I mean, second down and 7. The ball will be at the 38-yard line of the Texans. But the Texans have had their way offensively with the Hawks so far. And Canyon Lake has been sent reeling a little bit defensively as the Texans chewed up most of the first quarter clock.
Well, we saw a little more aggressiveness out of the defense there in that last series. Again, it was a nice run by the quarterback. They had a third and about 11 or 12, and he was off running.
Here comes the offense up the line of scrimmage, double tight formation, backside, and again, there's nothing there for Chacon. Chacon might fight to get 2, but right now you're seeing some of the inexperiencedness of the offensive line for Canyon Lake, and that'll bring up third down and long. And the referees didn't wind the clock, so we'll start off with a fresh 12 minutes after that play.
Yeah, still just you talked at the top of the broadcast in terms of Wimberley understanding this offense.
In comes Royer, double tight end look. In motion goes Connor Rose. It's going to be a jet sweep. Connor Rose sticks it up the middle, and he's hit immediately. He just didn't have the hole space there.
No,
and we have fourth down. So does Coach Moses roll one early here? We're inside the 40, 35, 37-yard line. Typically, if he's inside the 35, he'll go.
I tell you what,
down and 6.
There just hasn't been much room.
In comes Martelli. They're going to go for it.
Much room to run as they have all of their defensive backs playing within 8 yards of the line of scrimmage.
A lot of people in the box for the Texans. Here comes the Hawks, fourth down and 7. Ball to 37. McClellan takes the ball. He's going to roll out right side. Looks downfield, has a man, and it is incomplete. And so, just like that, fourth down, no good. Pass incomplete. It's sounded for J.T. Green.
And McMullen was just a little late on the throw there. I mean, Green was open, but the pass was just a little bit short. Defender was able to make a nice play on it. Just about picked it off, and that'll turn the ball over.
Well, it'll be first and 10 for the Texans at their own 37-yard line. 10:55 to play in the game. And the Texans offense is back on the field again. So defense have held their own. They've caused a couple of good plays. Didn't get the better end of it. They'll have to suit up again, stop the Texans. As I believe timeout has been called by, I'm not sure who is by yet. Here we go, by the Texans. So that'll stop us at 10:55, and I'd like to thank Grandpa Bill in Mississippi listening out there. He's got to be a proud grandpa. His 2 sons on varsity tonight. J.T. Green, the senior, and the freshman. Jeremy Green got his first tackle this year. So also like to take the time real quick on this timeout to mention the Canyon Lake Booster Club athletic fundraiser, Casino Night. That'll be a fundraiser for raising scholarships for Canyon Lake Athletics. I'm going to give away 2 tickets right now. So first person who gives me a call or gives me a text, they'll win the Casino Night tickets for the fundraiser down in October 5th. So it's for a good cause. Athletic Booster Club giving away those 2 tickets for Casino Night, a fundraiser for our student athletes here. Thank you, Booster Club. First and 10 for the Texans. Hand off up the middle, big hole, and Kapuras takes the ball. He'll get across the 40-yard line, about to the 47. He's met by Brandon Robinson. Alex Harden, in comes Ruff. Out goes Wharton, gain of 5, second and 5.
42-yard line.
Well, we knew that they would play with a lot of motion tonight in their first home game. Here they come to the line of scrimmage.
2 in the backfield, Moses and Kapuras in the backfield. Here comes a blitz. Coach dialed one up and put some pressure on him, and McCullum couldn't get the ball away in time. Nice blitz, and that made him a little nervous. He got the Jimmy leg that went in the dirt. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
Nice effort by the receiver to try to make that catch, but
he did make the catch.
Are they going to call it?
Yeah, he did. He lost a yard.
Okay, third down and about 5 or 6 maybe.
Nice circus catch over there, but it was for a 1-yard loss as he went directly to the turf after catching it.
3rd down here. Trips right, doubles left, nobody in the backfield. McCullum rifles one out there and gets his man, and he's still on his feet, and that's a fine example of not tackling the legs, going for the body.
Well, I tell you what, he had him stopped before the line of scrimmage, pushing back about 3 to 4 yards. The player kept the receiver kept fighting. Ref swallowed the whistle, allowed the play to go on, and he was able to push his way past that all the way up to the 49-yard line for the first down.
1st and 10, Wimberley. At the 49-yard line, McClellan looks back, pumps fakes, gets under pressure, rolls out of the pocket to the right side. Flag is flown. Ruff has McCullum. McCullum will try to make the sidelines. It'll be a holding call, and they'll bring this one back. We do have a winner on the whoever's at 210-489-0272. When you guys want to win some prizes, text us your name. Phone numbers do no good.
But text your name back. That'll help us out a lot. We'll get that prize to you.
So somebody won the casino tickets for the Booster Club October 5th to help raise money for athletic scholarships from the Canyon Lake Athletic Booster Club. So whoever is 210-489-0272, you won a pair of casino tickets.
So that was a spot holding foul. So that's going to push the ball all the way back to the 39-yard line. That'll make this a
20 yards.
20 yard, yeah, 20 yard for 1st and 20 as Wimberley breaks huddle and comes to the line of scrimmage.
Here they go, 3rd down. Kapuros draw play up the middle. He'll get through the arm tackle, and Kapuros was down way back at the 45-yard line. Broken arm tackle across the chest and picked up huge gain. And this is not the Canyon Lake defense we've seen not only last year, but so far this year. This is a different look for the Canyon Lake Hawks.
And he picks up 18, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and 2, as that was a 1st down play after the penalty. And big run for Kapuros.
2nd down and 2. Pump fake. McClellan takes the ball. He's going to get hit back behind the line of scrimmage. Brandon Robinson on the sack, and he'll take him down. Good call by Coach Hooper. He dialed up the outside, weak side linebacker and caught McCullen napping on the job. And it'll be a loss of about 3. It'll be 3rd down and about 5.
Well, McCullen wanted to make a quick pass, but he had to pull it down because the receiver was covered. And so he pulled it down, and that just gave enough time for Robinson to get there and put him under the turf.
It'll be 4-down territory for the Texans as it is. They have moving the ball pretty well. Here comes the play. It's going to be a Kapuros cuts back, and he's going to get some of that. Another flag on the play, and this is going to be holding again. And number 62 is being held, and that's going to be Pendleton. He'll bring this one back again. That's the third holding call this game, I believe, Don, right?
Yeah, it is. And
Miss McCutcheon won the casino tickets.
Yeah, it's done from the spot, so it happened at the 47-yard line.
So that was Heath Shake, the tackle on that left tackle that called for the hold.
Happened at the 46-yard line.
So, going to be all the way back at the 40. Where they marked at the 44-yard line. Third down and about 15. So you got to think that he hasn't gone deep yet. Coach Warman may dial this one up. Trips right, trips left. Kapuris in the backfield. McCullen takes back, pump fakes, got a man downfield. Looks, he's not there. He's going to get pressure. Here comes McCullen on the fly. He's going to run, and they're going to drag him out of bounds.
Grayson Lee made a great play there.
Oh, wow. Grayson Lee, the 11-4 sprinter, 210-pound, 215-pound middle linebacker, ran him down like an antelope.
After a gain of 2, the pressure was so great up the middle. He went back about 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. So once he broke free of the rush, he had wide open field over on the far side, yet he only was able to gain 3 total yards as Grayson Lee closed with a hurry and was able to bring him down right at the sidelines.
Well, Miss McCutcheon won the casino tickets. Congratulations. That's always a fun night, casino night. And Texans will kick the ball here, and it'll be end over end, high in the air. They're going to leave this one alone no matter where it goes. And it'll go Texan bounce, skip. Oh, my goodness, skipping right along the sidelines all the way down from the 20, 15, inside the 10. That ball couldn't take a right turn about 7 inches and go out of bounds. It just kept its path.
Well, things have gone the right way for Wimberley tonight so far. The ball's bounced just the right way. They have the one turnover Canyon Lake was not able to do with it. Now they'll start deep in their own territory.
With 7:30 to go here in the second quarter. You're right. Be first and 10 at their own 7-yard line. And the Hawks have got to get something on offense going because they have had nothing thus far in the game.
That's a 46-yard punt, guys.
Ian Royer comes in with the play. Caleb Allman in the backfield. This Connor Rose in motion, and nothing doing there. Caleb Allman got about a yard, maybe back to the line of scrimmage, and there was nothing there for him at all.
Yeah, that was a straight-up dive play to the fullback. Allman had no place to go, no push on the left tackle on the defensive line.
They brought Moses, number 34, in to play defensive end for the Texans. That's that freshman. Martelli comes in with the play. Tight formation. Allman in the background. McCullen takes the ball. He's going to throw
there
it.
He is, wide
Got
open.
A man way downfield. Martelli catches it. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. Martelli at the 30. Martelli cuts back in the 10, the 5. Touchdown. Chance for Martelli. Touchdown right down the field. A 93-yard touchdown pass from McCullen to Martelli. And he hits Painter as the Hawks stick another one on the fence post.
I'll tell you why, that was a beautiful play.
Holy cow!
They sucked the defense up. Like I said, we said they were playing nobody back. Martelli got well behind them. Had the defenders by about 10 yards when the pass was released from Peyton, and I tell you what, once he got it, it was a foot race, and we got to see a little bit of the speed there.
He's a 400-meter sprinter. He runs a 49.50 in the track, and good luck catching him.
Dad got a little excited up here, so it's a good play by Martelli. Great play by the offense. Way to put 7 up on the board, or at least 6 on the board, and here we have the extra point kick coming.
Butler will kick it for the extra point. Bad snap, and so Canyon Lake will not get the extra point. Brandon Robinson handled the wet ball. It is 7-6, unfortunately.
Well,
but,
I said too quickly that they got 7. They actually got 6 out of that. But nonetheless, a quick strike here with 6:40 left.
You're right. They sucked them in with the up the middle between the tackles, actually between the guards a few times, and then Martelli popped loose. He caught the ball at about the 45, 50-yard line, and in mid-stride took off, did a little bob and weave down the road, and got a touchdown for the Hawks.
Not only was that Canyon Lake's first, 93 yards, but that's their first down of the game.
Well, Butler last week, the extra point kicker, had
same thing happen. I think last time it was just a little discombobulation on his part. This time I think Brandon Robinson lost the handle on the ball.
The snap wasn't that bad. I think the ball just went straight through his hands, and then he just picked it up and had no place to go with it, and did not have a safety receiver, coming off the line of scrimmage, and basically the defense just swarmed him over.
Well, kicking the ball off at the 40-yard line is going to be Butler again. Just getting the ball checked out there. And you've got a pair of Texans taking the ball deep back there. It's going to be number 10 and Kapoor's number 32 back there. Number 10 is going to be Josh Limely. And let's see where Coach wants Butler to put the ball. It'll be... It's a short kick out to about the 20-yard line in the corner. Good kick. And it'll go out of bounds. And of course, that'll draw the yellow hanky. And the Wimberley Texans will have good field position to start off here on this drive at 6:44 to play in the second quarter. The score 7-6. Canyon Lake missing and a field goal.
Extra point,
and had missed one last week, too. So, timeout has been called, I believe, by the Texans. Well, no, they haven't. They've got a new rule this year is after you make a field goal or you make a touchdown, you've got 40 seconds to get that next play off. While this is, the clock is stopped because it's a change of possession, that'll be something that's come into play all across the state, a UIL rule. There have already been people flagged for that. And so once you make a touchdown, you get 40 seconds to kick the extra point. Or if you make a field goal, you get 40 seconds to get it kicked off. The same.
Well, we also know that they're playing without their kicker. Not that that was a kicker issue right there, but just the confidence of what's got to happen and how it's got to take place.
Here comes the Texans. And
Timeout, Hawks.
Timeout, Canyon Lake. Moses in the backfield for the first time. So we'll take a quick sabbatical real quick, and quick break was the timeout has been called. We appreciate it again. The Casino Night ticker winner was Miss McCutcheon. She'll have enjoyed 2 tickets to the Canyon Lake Booster Club Casino Night. We'll be right back.
Hey, did you play Texas high school football? If you did, you're part of an elite group, the Brotherhood of Texas High School Football. All football players, past and present, who have ever suited up in the Lone Star State are eligible. Go to LoneStarGridiron.com/brotherhood. And thank you for the part you played in the greatest sport in the greatest state.
Hey, Hawk fans, you know where to go when you want fine Tex-Mex food, and that's me, Mark.
To you live, it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Texans as we get underway here. 6:44 left in the first half. Moses in the backfield. They're going to give the ball to Moses, a big man up the middle, and he gets hit by Jacob Neal. He hurdles a guy. Now, there is a rule about hurdling this year, leaving the ground. And to be square, I'm not sure if that's just on gain of 7 on the play. I'm not sure if it's just on the extra points or stuff like that, but they're going to try to clamp down on that as well as a safety, some of the safety measures being instituted here in the UIL high school football level. 2nd down and about 3. Moses in the backfield with Kapuros. It's going to be another run. Here comes Moses right up the middle, and he's hit by a whole bunch of Hawks. He looks like he got forward progress through the 40-yard line. I think he did, so they'll mark it at the 40-yard line. 1st down. Hodge going out for the game for the Hawks. Jacob Ruff in linebacker. Ethan Slater, number 10, outside linebacker in at this point. Teutsch, Dylan Shepard on the front line for Canyon Lake. J.T. Green on the defensive end. And on the far side, they're going to have Nathan Daly on, I believe. 1st and 10 for the Texans. Moses in the backfield. He's a big running back, freshman. It's going to be a run pass option out to the flats. And this pass is incomplete and almost picked off by Caleb Allman. Deflected off the Clewell. Ball went up in the air. And Allman just about had his hand on it. So it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Covering another receiver on the back side of him, so by the time it got tipped, he had to get around that guy to get the ball, and he almost did it.
2nd and 10 for the Texans. Here comes Slater up to the line of scrimmage, backs off his Allman. Clewell takes the right side. He looks downfield. He's looking long. He wants to throw it long, but he doesn't have anybody, so he settles for the short catch, and that'll be a gain of about 7 yards. Caleb Allman over there, Nick Rivera on the stop, along with Jacob Neal. It'll be 3rd down and about 4. Gain of 6.
So that was McCollum on the pass to Clewell. Clewell over on that far sideline was able to come away with that catch. Quickly getting some yards back, so it brings up a 3rd and about 5.
We'll make it 3rd down and 4. Close enough. Here comes a run option. It's going to be Moses up the middle. He gets submarined. He will not make the 1st down. So Grayson Lee in on the tackle, going low on the big man, turned him upside down like a bunt cake. And it'll be 4th down and about 3. The kicking unit comes on for the Texans. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to kick the ball, but they're going to come out and line up. Clewell's back there at quarterback looking. He plays quarterback and punter, so you never know.
Yeah, Clewell. I got to give a shout out to Alex Harden on that play, because I think he was the guy that really submarined his feet on that last play. So nice effort from him from the end position. Here comes the punt.
McClellan takes the ball, a nice kick into it. It kind of goes to the right side. This is going to be a really short kick, and it goes out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. Bad kick by McCollum, I'm sorry. And they're going to mark it out at the, I got a guy at the 40-yard line, then I have one at the 37. Let's see where they mark the ball. Well, it'd be at the 40-yard line, best field position the Hawks have had, other than the possession a while ago. So it's the 4:28, 7-6 is the score. Here come the Hawks, and they're going to have to do something with this ball. Martelli comes in with the play. Caleb Allman in the backfield. Connor in motion. Fumble's been a sack.
And a fumble. Get the ball.
And it's going to be an incomplete pass.
Oh, my goodness.
And Peyton McMullen went back to pass. It had wide open Tristan Chacon, no one around him. And he got Robert Brazil from behind and lost the ball when his arm was going forward. And that'll be 2nd down and 10.
Big 21 Jake Meidel on the backside. They put the hit on Mullen. I thought the ball was a fumble. They called it a forward pass. It was kind of a bang thing. He got hit in the back as he was had the ball up in the air. Fortunate call for us because the ball was certainly free on the turf.
2nd and 10. Here comes Connor in motion. Up the middle, trap play. Tristan Jaco runs into his own man. He'll get across the 45-yard line, out across the 50, down to the 49. They'll move the chains on the far side of the field, and that'll be enough for another Canyon Lake. 1st down.
Well, I tell you what, right there, that was the best run they've had of the night. Got a nice blocking at the point of attack. Chacon ran hard. Actually ran into his own center about Pendleton, about 8 yards down the field, and he just pushed him all the way down until they got to the 1st down marker.
Here come the Hawks. Ruff back into the game. Dive play right over the middle. There goes Ruff. Ruff across the 40-yard line, and Ruff will pick up close to maybe 10 yards. Let's see where they mark the ball. They're right on the 40-yard line. It'll be about a half yard short. 2nd down and 1.
Getting some nice movement up there. Finally getting a little bit of movement on that point of attack.
And comes Neal with the play.
No trickeration on that. Just coming right at him.
Ruff in the backfield with Chacon. Peyton McMullen under center. Backside's going to be Connor Rose. He's got a lot of room out there. And Connor Rose, the backside trap. And he'll get across the 45 down to about the 32-yard line. They'll move the chains on the far side of the field, and that'll be enough for another Canyon League 1st down.
Yeah, nice movement. We're beginning to see the blocking at the point of attack. I don't know if we got, just the defense is loosening up a little bit after that long pass play. But the holes are beginning to sort of take shape. We're seeing more movement from the offensive line.
Backside, here's Tristan Cone, bounces it out to the left side. He'll get to the 25, and they'll run him out of bounds close to a 1st down. Depends on where they mark the ball.
That's going to be a flag.
We got a flag, guys.
A flag over here on the Wimberley side, and he's not moving. And that typically means when the referee doesn't move, it's on the offense. So want to take a look at this for sure.
Now he pointed offsides to the defense, and that's going to be declined. That'll be a 1st down run for 12 yards.
And Chacon will get out to the left side on 11 yards. They'll move the chains. And that'll be enough for another Canyon League 1st down. Ruff in the backfield. Right up the middle goes Ruff. Ruff busts through the middle. Ruff out to the 5, the 4, the 3, the 2. Touchdown, Canyon Lake. Jacob Ruff right up the middle, knocking over the Wimberley linebacker. The safety came over to help, but he was no more useful than Raggedy Ann.
Tell you what, Ruff smelled the end zone at about the 5-yard line and was not going to be denied. Several guys draped on him, but he was going to push his way over the goal line. Was able to do it. A nice run by him right up the middle again. Having some success right at that point of attack. Not necessarily trying to go wide, but just trying to make that good solid block up front. Here comes the extra point
attempt. See what they can do here. Snap is up, the kick is up, and well, it's good. Nice kick, thorough kick. That ball went sailing towards the scoreboard as Butler put his foot into it. So 2:40 to go here in the second quarter. The Hawks 13 and the Texans 7. As the Hawks have had a little bit of resurgence. That was a good drive, Don.
Yeah, the reality, guys, is it's all about the pass. We started this drive with an incomplete pass on the first down, which Canyon Lake hardly ever does. So when you're a defense, you're saying, okay, they're going to start passing. Well, that loosens it up, guys. And then what happened after that? We had 10, 11, 12-yard runs, and that's what the slot T is supposed to do. And so in this case, the pass opened up the run for that drive.
Well, the quick strike earlier for 90-plus yards or 82 yards or whatever it was.
93.
93 yards. That loosened up the defense.
Exactly. But even more than that, it was the incompletion that did, because that one pass, okay, they'd one pass. But we came out to start this drive with a pass right off the bat.
Yeah.
And so we're saying, you're beating us at the line of scrimmage, la, la, la.
All right, back to take the ball for the Texans. They're going to be Capuros and I believe number 20 Boyle. Kicking the ball is Butler. He put it in the corner last time, trying to get it away from the speedsters. And let's see where Coach Makes puts it this time. This time, same spot. Good kick up in the air. It's going to be returned, however, at the 20-yard line. Out to the 25, cuts across and runs into a lot of traffic. Not sure who was then on the tackle on that one. A whole lot of jerseys. Saying fumble again. But I think that's at the bequest of Grayson Lee. Wharton, number 42, the sophomore, is going to come in at linebacker. He's about 5'10", 200-pound, short guy, but has a low center of gravity and is pretty quick off his feet. They'll take in Jacob Neal, and the other linebacker will be Grayson Lee.
A good defensive stand here would be a key to the game, because you don't want them to score, of course, but you want the chance to put the ball one more time.
Here's Moses in the backfield. He's a freshman running back. They're having high hopes for Moses. As this program continues, trips left, shotgun. RPO, they're going to want to run it, and the quarterback's trying to get out of there, and here he goes. They're not going to let him. Grayson Lee runs him down. And that looked like a calf scramble of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, and I'm all in, all done.
Well, you talk
loss on the play of 2.
You talk about McCollum having some wheels, and he absolutely does. He's got some wheels, but that time you saw the speed of Grayson Lee knifing in from his middle linebacker position and just racing and chasing him down out on the outside edge for a 2-yard loss. So it's a great play by Grayson Lee.
2nd and 12, ball at the 26-yard line, 27-yard line of the Texans. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. JT Green, defensive end, along with Alex Harden. McClellan, man in motion for the Texans. Coming from left to right, there's a flag thrown by the back judge. And when you have a flag thrown by the back judge, that's going to be legal procedure on the offense. So that's going to back up the Texans another Cinco and put them all the way back across the 20-yard line. Make the 25-yard line down to the 22. So it'll be
17 yards.
17 yards.
So you're seeing a little pep in the step out of the Canyon Lake Hawks.
Second down and 7, Don. I'm sorry.
Confidence is sort of set in here in the second quarter.
Well, Texans are dangerous. They have that one-shot capability. Let's see what the coaches dialed. 1:42 to play in the first half. And Nick Navarra way out there by himself all alone. They're going to run it right up the middle. And the defense has collapsed that run for the last several times. Dylan Shepard along with Wharton and number 75 on the tackle. Gain of 3. Timeout has been called by Canyon Lake. 1:25 to go. You know, that call brought in number 75, Eric Teutsch. He was brought up last week. He's a sophomore, but he's a huge individual. Suffice to say that he's one of the 5 huge sophomores that Coach has brought up this year and become a mainstay of our offense. So it's been definitely a battle of the backbone tonight, guys. I can tell you that.
No, absolutely. Right at the moment, you see the timeout called by Canyon Lake. They want to preserve that minute 25. They want to try to force this ball to get, on a third down stop here, get the ball back. That's what they're thinking about. Can we score again before halftime? I like the aggressiveness on the side of the Canyon Lake coaching staff, and quite frankly, the team, their swagger is a little bit more than what it was there in the first quarter when they were taking those punches.
Absolutely. Well, let's see what the Coach Warren can pull out of his bag of tricks. He's got a great quarterback and some wideouts to suit. Second down and about 13. Trips to the right, twins to the left, nobody in the backfield. Here comes Canyon Lake with a rush. It's a quick screen out to the right side. They've got their man, and they're closing the door on it pretty well, depending on who you talk to out there. But the door was closed by Ruff and Dylan Shepard, along with Caleb Allman. Timeout has been called again by Canyon Lake.
That's fourth down, guys.
1:14 to go here in the half, and Coach has called timeout.
That's going to bring out a fourth and about 6.5, 7, and I got to believe that Wimberley's going to kick this away as they sit here with the field against them at the 37-yard, 38-yard line.
Right,
33.
Yep. That's 33-yard line.
33-yard. I can count some days.
That's okay. I have those days too.
The excitement of this game, I tell you what, it's been a tale of 2 quarters. And Canyon Lake has taken it to them here in the second quarter.
Well, it'll be fourth down and about 6 to go. Canyon Lake will get the ball in the opening kickoff now. Whether it's an onside kick or they truly kick it off to us at the beginning of the second half remains to be seen. Jacob Neal back. McCullum will be kicking the ball or punting the ball, supposedly. They've got 2 people in the backfield who can run the ball and catch, and that's Moses and Clewell. And it is going to be a punt. And I'm sure Coach told Jacob Neal not to get anywhere near this ball, but he fair catches it at the 33-yard line. And Jacob Neal did the old Macbeth, and
he fair catches the ball. The Wimberley player came past him. I think he put a hand on his shoulder pad. Well, of course, Neal went to the ground and great theatrics.
Like those 2 soccer guys, a couple of weeks ago.
To the disdain of the Wimberley faithful, as they did not agree with with his theatrics, and so no call, good no call. And
in comes Martelli with the play. He'll flex wide out to the numbers. Be first and 10 Canyon Lake at their own 32-yard line. Peyton McMullen goes to the right side. Oh, the screen was wide open, and Tristan Chacon dropped the ball. It was in his hands, and that was the easy 6 points.
So I did tell you right there, they rolled McMullen out to the left. Had a lot of pressure coming from that direction. He spins back. The screen was set up to go to his right. He flared the ball out there just a little bit long, and Chacon just could not get it. But he had nothing but green and blockers out in front of him. I tell you what, that would have gone for probably at least 50, 60 yards right there.
Yeah, it would have gone for 67.
It'll be second down and 10. Martelli flex out to the right side. In motion is Connor Rose. This time backside trap. Chacon's got more room out there. There goes Chacon. Kicks it out across the midfield. And Chacon will get across midfield with 57 seconds left. They'll get into Texan territory at the 47-yard line. They'll move the chains on the far side of the field. That'll be enough for Canyon Lake. First down.
Quickly right back up to the line of scrimmage. No timeouts. There's McMullen, and
he'll take a sack. McMullen waited too long to get rid of the ball, and in comes the Texan defense, and another opportunity that the Hawks had, and that is a huge sack for the Texans. 37 seconds rolling. Hawks don't have a timeout, but let's see if Coach has got another one dialed up, or he's content on letting this one roll out. 25 seconds left in the half. It's 13-7. The Hawks up over. And Jacob Neal will come in with the next play, so Coach will take one more pop at it. It'll be second down and a long 20. Neal will come in. Here comes Pendleton to the line of scrimmage. Canyon Lake is in no rush. They'll go to the victory formation. They'll just call this a half. And so Peyton McMullen will take a knee, and that'll be the end of the first half of play here at Canyon Lake High School, Darren.
I tell you, there was a couple things that could have gone a little bit different right there at the end. On that last run by Christian Chacon, he would broke free at about the 12-yard past the line of scrimmage. He made a choice to cut inside versus outside. Has he cut it outside, I think he would still be running at this point. He was dragged down as he went to the inside and at about the 50-yard line. Of course, we had the sack that kind of killed the drive there, and I can respect the coaches not wanting to have anything bad happen as you get here to the halftime break. But I tell you what, a good effort by Canyon Lake there in the second quarter.
Texans had their way with the offense going into the first quarter and got the defensive backs back on their feet.
No,
absolutely.
Absolutely is one of those things that they had taken a couple of serious punches and were able to weather the storm of the first quarter. Got the spirited big 93-yard pass play that changed the momentum, and we got us a game. It's the battle of the backbone.
It is the battle of the backbone. It's true to its nature. We've got a couple of calls already to boot for the record, but we're going to be talking about the Hawk Band's going to come up next, but we'll listen for them for just a few minutes. But we got to go to an interview by a country western artist named Aaron McDonald.
Yeah, so we'll bring the Canyon Lake Band on, and we'll bring that up for you listening at home, and then we'll take an interview and bring you all the halftime festivities. So just bear with us as the Canyon Lake Band now takes the field. Emerald dancers are coming in from the left and right side, and we'll turn up the music here and let you enjoy the Canyon Lake Hawk Band.
That was the Mighty Hawk Band with the Emerald Dancers performing their rendition out there. So we're going to take a quick break and come back with an interview with Aaron McDonald, country and western singer here in Austin, Texas, one of the top 15 up-and-coming artists in the state. And we'll be right back after these messages.
When you want fine Tex-Mex food, and that's Meemaw's Tacos. Meemaw's Tacos, owned and operated by David and Melissa Sauceda, serving the best Tex-Mex food at the lake. Come by and see David and Melissa and try their mini lunch plates from fajitas, enchiladas, and nachos and more. With 22 years experience with the hand-me-down recipes from Mima herself, these traditional, made-from-scratch Tex-Mex recipes are sure to impress. The staff will get you in and out and take your order as quickly as possible. But don't go too fast because you'll miss out on some great Tex-Mex food. So whether you're dining in or taking out on the road, Mima's is a place for good Tex-Mex food. On your way to work, going to school, grab a few tacos and spread the wealth and let others enjoy the handmade treasures from Mima's. So why have 2 tacos when you can have 12 is what I say. Don't forget about their delicious salsas made fresh daily and all of those delicious fluffy made flour tortillas. Give them a call at 830-935-2018. That's 830-935-2018, or look them up on Facebook. They're in the Hancock Center next to Lucky's, proudly supporting the Hawks. Go Hawks!
Hey, Hawk fans, I got a treat for you guys tonight. I am sitting here with Aaron and Danny McDonald, and they are located in Austin, Texas. They're one of the upcoming country and western singers here in our great state. And I'm sure the Hawk Nation would love to hear more about you guys. Thanks for taking my call and spending some time with Canyon Lakes, Comal County, and 22 states and 5 countries across the globe. How y'all doing today?
Good, Corey. How are you?
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, no problem. Great. We're sitting here at halftime.
Go Hawks.
Yeah, go Hawks. Canyon Lake taking on Wimberley, and the Battle of the Backbone Trophy is up for grabs. And, it's a story in itself. But some of our viewers would like to kind of know you guys' story. So, Danny and Aaron, give us a little 411 on how you guys came together and got to Texas.
Yeah, so we've been doing the music thing full-time for almost 5 years now. I'm originally from Oregon and had bands on the side up in Seattle while I was kind of climbing the corporate ladder. I met Danny at that time. We started singing together. It's kind of the all-American love story, meeting on Craigslist. And
it was not a personal ad. It was a seeking an attractive female vocalist, and I met those requirements, so I applied.
She certainly did.
Nice.
At that time, it was 10 years ago, so.
But yeah, we got married and moved back to Texas. Danny, of course, is from the Houston area, and I'd been coming to Austin for years and had loved it. And it was just a much better place for us to try to, play country music than up in the Northwest.
Absolutely, Texas. Texas, Austin especially is a mecca for Texas country and western music. I call it Texas music and then country and western music, but great place to be starting. So how long have y'all been here in Austin officially?
Almost 5 years.
Wow. And in those 5 years, you've started off, I have a couple of your CDs from the very get-go, so give me a chronological order of, kind of your music and Danny's and then together and where you guys are today and what you've come out with.
Yeah, so we came out with an EP called Follow, recorded that in Seattle, but released it basically right at the time we moved down here. And then basically it's been a new record every year since then. So we came out with Battle Bend next, then Get Gone. These are all EPs. And then last year we did 2 records because Danny came out with her first solo record. So that one was called Neon's Calling. And I came out with a record called Lucky Me. That title track went into the top 40 in the Texas charts. So, we've been releasing some of these singles to radio and they've been doing well. So, that's good. And then most recently, 2 weeks ago, we released a new EP of covers, all covers except for one, and they were recorded in an old 50s style with one microphone in the whole studio for the whole band. And that's called the Austin Signal Single Mic Series, and that's now on Pandora and Spotify and iTunes along with everything else.
And you can get the vinyl off your website.
That's right, AaronMcDonald.com, AaronMcDonnell.com.
Nice.
And the same is for Dan.
Well, I'm sitting here with Aaron and Danny McDonald and going through their trilogy of how they got here. I noticed through Instagram and Facebook, which I follow you on Instagram, a lot of your pictures are kind of the retro, kind of the Jesse Coulter, Waylon Jennings type era photos. Was that a planned out item? Is that something you'll look for? Explain that, if you will.
I just like flowy dresses. So for me, it's just kind of what I gravitate towards. I don't think for me it was planned. And Aaron, I'll let him speak to this, but loves Dwight Yoakam. So I think he just wants to wear shiny suits. But we're in Texas, so it's hard to put a jacket on.
Yeah, too hot. Yeah, I mean, our style of music is is inspired by an older style of country music. So I think, our style from just an aesthetic standpoint kind of just goes along with that.
Who you guys are, basically, right?
Yeah.
So tell me, we started off from one album, and now you're on, I think it was 6. Is that what you said?
Yeah, that sounds right.
And Danny just cut her album, her first album, not too long ago, as I remember, correct?
Yes, last June. It's called Neon's Calling. And that's a little bit country, a little bit bluesy, a little bit rock and roll. I would say kind of it strays a little bit from what Aaron does in his traditional country sound.
It's more like if ZZ Top and Dixie Chicks made a record.
All right. I'll have to remember that one.
Very Texas.
You mentioned something here, Danny, a while ago about Aaron. He likes, Dwight Yoakam. What does someone that you kind of like in male or female artist?
Wow. Well, I mean, Aaron kind of hit the nail on the head. Take the Dixie Chicks and ZZ Top and combine them. But I listen to a lot of Patty Griffin, and I love Bonnie Raitt. Tanya Tucker. I think I probably channel her type of singing in a way with a little bit louder guitar in the background. So it definitely has more of a gritty feel. So yeah.
Well, that's a good story. Met on Match.com or whatever, got you a Texas girl, and moved down to Texas.
Match.com.
We did not meet on Match.com. I was looking to join a band. My poor boyfriend at the time was like, "You should join a band," and then I did. I found a band off Craigslist, and then I broke up with him and married the singer.
Oh, there you go. So much for good advice. You should give him some credit for good advice. It cost him.
I don't think he wants to hear from me.
Loser. But that's a good story. And so where can we go to find y'all's albums and songs? Give me that one more time, Aaron and Danny.
Yeah, the easiest way is just to go to Spotify. That's what all the kids are listening to these days. But also we're on iTunes if you want to buy them, and you can order physical copies through our website, which again is aaronmcdonald.com, and there's links to everything else there. So it's AARONMCDONNELL.
What's your Instagram?
And Instagram is @HonkyTonkAaron, and Danny's is @MusicAndMoonshine.
And then my website is very similar. It's Danny, D-A-N-I, McDonald, same as Aaron's. And I'm also on Spotify and iTunes.
Nice. If somebody wants to find you here in Central Texas, they just go to your online website there and find out where you're going to be playing. But where are you guys mostly playing at? If somebody wanted to find you pretty quick to catch a show here in the next couple of months.
The next couple of months, we're regularly at a place called the White Horse in East Austin. It's an amazing honky-tonk. It's gotten national recognition. It's Rolling Stone. Willie Nelson filmed a music video there with Casey Musgrave, so really cool place. And then we're out at Hondo's in Fredericksburg quite a bit as well. But we're continuing to book through the fall all over Texas, and then hopefully doing a Midwest run as well.
That is awesome, truly awesome. Good story. Got out of the corporate world, met a girl from Texas, came down here, and ever since then, it's all history, correct?
Yep.
That's right.
Well, that's awesome, guys. Well, this is Corey here at King Lake Broadcasting, halftime show here, King Lake Hawks taking on the Wimberley Texans in the Battle of the Backbone. I'm sitting here with Danny and Aaron McDonald giving us some time. If you haven't heard their music, you need to go listen to their music. I've been a fan since, well, I met Aaron 5 years ago, it's been, I guess. I'm not sure, but my family's been a deep fan and supporter, and you guys have got to get in tune with Danny and Aaron McDonald.
All right, thanks, Corey. Appreciate
you having us.
Yeah.
No, thank you for taking the time to let everybody know where you can be found and heard, and we greatly appreciate here at Canyon Lake Broadcasting. Any last parting words for our listening audience?
Go Hawks!
That's right.
I appreciate it, Danny, and I'll talk to you all guys if sooner, if not later. Thank you so much for taking the time.
If you ask me what my favorite time of day is, well, it depends on when I see my baby's smiling face. And if you ask me what the day brings.
This is the KMAX Sports Network.
High school coverage that brings it 24/7, 365. Make that 364. This is the KMAX Sports Network.
Broadcasting, coming to you live from Wimberley, Texas. Canyon Lake Broadcasting, the voice of the Hawks and the home of the first down call. Welcome back to the halftime show. Here is Canyon Lake Broadcasting, voice of the Hawks, with Darren and Don here at Wimberley, Texas. As the Battle of the Backbone continues, it is 13-7 in a battle. It has been a tale of two quarters, if you will. We've had some, in my opinion, some controversial calls, controversial holds, and controversial calls from both sides of the coaching benches to get their team to take on that trophy, Darren.
Well, absolutely. As we talked about earlier at the top of the game. I mean, a lot of emotion, rival game. You're going to get everybody's best shot. But what I think we saw here, and it will be interesting to see how we start the second half, but what we saw is Canyon Lake sort of settling into this. You know, they've not had a lot of success here at Wimberley in the past. I think that was something that was on their mind. They were playing tentatively on defense, made some okay plays in the first quarter, but really gave Wimberley a lot of room to run that passing game. We're not controlling the line of scrimmage, not getting a lot of pressure on the quarterback. Consequently, on the offensive side of the ball, not really getting off their blocks, and there was really very, very little room. You had Wimberley stacking with 8-9 people in the box, and really shutting down the slot T in the first quarter.
Yeah, it does. It shows to Coach Warren, and Don mentioned earlier in the pregame show, in case you missed it. They played Navarro for many years. You're used to that slot T. They are, and so Coach Warren had his guys keyed up and teed off in the first quarter, and very effective against the slot T. And then our defense have come along.
But then as the game wore on and we get into the second quarter, we're starting to get a little more penetration. I think a key play was the 93-yard pass play. It really caused Wimberley to kind of rock back on their heels a little bit. They knew after getting burned on that play, you just can't stack in the box. And then it opened up the run game.
Got them off a little bit out of their blocks.
Absolutely.
They were in their blocks, teeing off every play.
Every play. And so that's a big psychological a boost right at that moment. And then the defense came alive, began to get some real penetration.
Took some shots on McCullum.
And Grayson Lee is playing a heck of a game. Has made some really big plays on McCullum, making him uncomfortable. And just beginning to see that control of that line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, and I think that's the big difference so far.
Now, tell the two quarters, and the stats will tell you. Don, give us the stats first for the Texans of Wimberley.
They had 168 total yards, 10 first downs. They rushed to 73 yards. They threw it 19 times, completed 13 for 95 yards. They punted 3 times for 32. One of those punts was for 46 yards. The other 2, they started getting progressively worse on the punts, so that brought the average down. They had 1 fumble and lost it. And here's a key stat for them. They've had 5 penalties for 45 yards. Well, if you double that up for the second half, that's almost 100 yards of penalties and 10 infractions. And that's you don't want to do that, especially even though they're not a slot. They run their pass play like we run the slot. It's a possession type of passing game, and so a penalty to them is the same way a penalty for the slot T would be, and so that's what hurt them there.
What does Canyon Lake look like on their side of the ball?
They started out pretty anemic. But you'll know. What's that?
Were they on Kumanin?
I don't know. I've never seen that before. But anyway,
that'd be a drug, folks.
Oh, thank you. 176 yards. So we barely beat them by 8 yards in that package. We had 6 first downs. Well, our first first down was that 93-yard pass to that guy I forgot, Chance Martelli. Which is, by the way, folks, is the longest offensive play in Canyon Lake history. It beat Austin Brennan by 3 yards. And then we rushed 15 times for 83 yards. That was all in the last 2 drives. And then we had 1 completion, 5 passes. It counted for 93 yards. So we punted twice for 31-yard average, had no fumbles, which is also a key. And our penalties, there were just 3, but just for 13 yards. And so that one reason it's kind of odd numbers because of the interference call.
Well, we got a stat that you brought up. It doesn't really make it all the time. It is the holding calls against Wimberley. That brought them back. That's 45 yards. Some of the penalties were on key plays, and when you have those type of penalties and bring back a play, it demoralizes your team. Doesn't matter what team, any team in the nation could have a big play and a penalty, and that takes the wind out of your sails, and that was what Wimberley did. The referees finally are catching some calls on both sides of the teams, and finally in the second half, Canyon Lake, like Darren said, they came into their own. Hooper dialed up some good plays and put the pressure on the quarterback. So it's 13-7 here. Canyon Lake missing an extra point on one of the touchdowns, and the Canyon Lake Hawks will get the ball to start the second half of play. And we'll see what the Battle of the Backbone Trophy, we'll see what it says at the end of the night, who gets to engrave their name on it and take it home for the year. So we'll take a quick break here just for about a minute or so. And teams are still inside getting the free coaching lessons that we like to say here. The bands have done their best along with the dance teams and the cheerleaders. And this is Canyon Lake Broadcasting, voice of the Hawks. We'll be right back.
Hey, sports fans here in Canyon Lake and around Texas. When you need the best septic systems, look no further than Paul Sawyer Septics, the only company with a 3-year warranty and a 3-year maintenance agreement in the business. PaulSawyerSeptics.com, installing systems that last a lifetime. Give them a call at 830-935-4936. That's 830-935-4936. PaulSawyerSeptics.com.
Let's play golf this weekend, okay?
Okay, where?
Well, the club at Rebecca Creek, of course.
Of course. Why, of course?
3 reasons. It's in fantastic shape, has a great pool to relax in after your round, but the best thing in the hill country is the tasty grilled smash burger.
Okay, I'm convinced. Let's call for a tea time. What's the number?
The number is 830-885-5168, or visit their website at www.rebeccacreek.com.
At Lucky Sports Bar and Grill, you won't fail to see the Big Texas personality. Come watch some of your favorite sports while enjoying our great food or an ice-cold beverage from our full-service bar. You can choose between indoor or outdoor patio-wasted seating. Lucky's is now open until 11 p.m. every Friday, varsity home games. Go Hawks! We're located at 18100 FM 306, and we're open daily, and you can find our hours at luckysportsbarandgrill.com or give us a call at 830-935-3115.
School for Canyon Lake High School. We're Canyon Lake Broadcasting, and here comes your Canyon Lake Hawks.
This is not a test. This is the Canyon Lake Broadcasting System, and this is Canyon Lake football.
And here comes your Canyon Lake Hawks. And here come your Texans. And the second half of play is about underway here at Wimberley, Texas, as the Hawks come into town to try to take the trophy away from the Texans. Second half of play. Canyon Lake Broadcasting, the voice of the Hawks. And Canyon Lake will get the ball on the opening kickoff. And they'll have an opportunity, if they don't get an onside kick or do something wrong, to have a first shot at the first drive for the half.
Absolutely. You really want to take care of the ball on this kickoff and then make your offense kind of go 60, 70 yards. That's what you want to have happen. And hit pay dirt, man, that would be ideal. May not happen, but it would be ideal, and I know that's what the coaches are wanting. It was probably an interesting discussion in the locker room.
I'm sure there was.
You know, and on one hand, they really played flat for the first, 3 quarters of the first half. But in the last 10, 12 minutes of the half, they really kind of came alive. So interesting to see what they say. And they're coming out on the field.
Tristan Kell back deep along with Jacob Neal and Jacob Ruff back to get the ball. Kicking off will be number 5 for the Texans. He'll put it at the 40-yard line. That's Coles. We'll see if Coach Warren's got any trickery lined up his sleeve. But right now, before that happens, the first person to give me a text will win a round of 2 for golf at the club at Rebecca Creek. Please text me your name. Round of 2 with card at the club at Rebecca Creek, up for grabs. Here we go, folks. Cole's got it lined up at the 40-yard line, and Coach has got his hands team up on the front line. He probably thinks the same thing we are. And they're going to kick it, and he kicks a nice ball. Chacon will take it all the way back at the 6-yard line. He'll have a window. Chacon will get across the 25, mark him down at the 27-yard line. So that's where the Hawks will set up shop, 1st and 10 at their own 27 to start the second half of play here at Wimberley High School as the two rivalries go at it in a battle of the backbone. I'd like to give a shout out to everybody in Lytle, Texas out there listening to us tonight. Coon Pop, Teddy Bear, Goat, TC, and Cuz. 1st and 10, here comes McMullen up under center. It's going to be an inside trap play. Jacob Ruff just bounces it outside, gets a block, he goes across the 40, the 45, midfield, cuts it back, he's still on his feet, the 40, the 35, and Jacob Ruff, like a Plinko chip on The Price is Right, bounces his way through the defenders all the way deep into the 31-yard line of the Texans. And that'll be enough for Canyon Lake. First down.
I tell you what, he got a great block out on the far side by the wide receiver out there. I didn't catch the number on it. I think it was Martelli, but I wasn't sure exactly who it was. But great block out on that side that really freed him up at about the 10-yard mark in the run. And then he was off to the races.
Yeah, that's a 42-yard run, guys.
1st and 10, the Hawks at the 31-yard line of the Texans. Ian Royer comes in, double tight formation, high formation for the first time. It'll be a backside trap, and that's Tristan Ciccone. He gets hit, spins out of it, and make about a yard out of that. He got hit at the line of scrimmage, spun out of it, ran into the corner, and was put to rest there. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9. Ball resting squarely on the 30-yard line as Jacob Neal will come in with the play. But let's see what the Canyon Lake Hawks, Coach Moses has dialed up for the Hawks. McMillan under center, and Caleb Allman right up the middle. Caleb Allman, there he goes! Allman out to the 10, the 5, touchdown Canyon Lake. Caleb Allman shot out of the barrel like greased lightning.
I tell you what, that is the fastest I've seen Caleb Allman come out of the backfield. He hit the hole with authority, much like we've seen Jacob Ruff do this year. And I tell you what, once he broke the line of scrimmage, there was no catching him and there was no stopping him.
Woo! Looked like a rut and buck and open pasture.
I tell you what, man. I tell you, we saw the capabilities and the wheels on Caleb Allman right there as he got into open field and just broke into a stride, and there was no catching him. As a thing of beauty, actually, folks. If you were here, you would be like, man, that's just the way you draw it up.
Butler, the extra point is good hold, and in comes a push at the very end. The extra point is good. There is some John going on, and no flags have flown, but it wasn't University of Miami and Notre Dame by any means, but it definitely wasn't the Glee School for the gifted.
Well, certainly you're going to see the referees have to try to keep this under control. You know, the emotions are going to get high. And you know, both teams, it's a rivalry. You know, that's the whole point. It's a rivalry game. And that's the fun and excitement of high school football, these types of games throughout the season.
Well, Butler will tee it off at the 40-yard line for Canyon Lake. And, Don, give me a quick recap on that.
They went 73 yards in 3 plays, guys.
That's an average of?
A 42-yarder, a 30-yarder, and a 1-yarder. So
back deep to kick the ball, catch the ball for the Texans will be Donnelly. I'll make that Limely.
Now, like I said, that's exactly how you wanted to start the game.
A minute, 5 seconds.
They might would have wanted to take a few more minutes off.
No, as long as it scores, I'll take the minute, 5 seconds.
It's all good, right? Yeah. And so
Butler will tee it up at the 40-yard line. Back deep is again Limely and Kapuros. 20-7. Hawks up. 10:55 to go here early in the third quarter. And let's see where Butler sticks the ball. Coach has got a nice little poke again in the corner, and it'll hit and catch it at the 20-yard line.
Whoa.
Oh, and taken immediately was Limely. Missed a couple of defenders, but Sharp was there on the tackle along with Rivera and Brandon Robinson. In comes Teutsch, number 75, with Dylan Shepard on the front line.
Yeah, Limely looked like he was hemmed in, and he just split 2 defenders. I thought he was going to be going down around the 20-yard line, but he was able to break it out for another 7 yards, 8 yards, and that's where they'll set up shop.
Here comes the Texans. McCullum trips to the left. Moses in the backfield. It's going to be a sprint out to the right side. McCullum looks downfield and incomplete. Great play by Jacob Neal on the defense, intended for number 3 on the pass. It's incomplete. That's Kenny Strange.
Yeah, Kenny Strange was way back there. He was open for a second. We saw a great closing speed by Jacob Neal and really played the ball well. Didn't interfere. Ball was up in the air. High pointed it. Was able to poke it away. Keep the defender from bringing it in.
It'll be second down and 10. The ball at the location. I'm sorry to give that to you a while ago. I didn't. It's at the 30, about the 27-yard line. Trips to the left again, or RPO. Coach is going to give it to his quarterback and see if he can do it. He'll get hit behind the line of scrimmage, fall forward for 1. And Caleb Allman, JT Green on the tackle. McCullum was going to do an RPO, and he decided to take it and went up the middle, gate of 1. It'd be second and 9. RPO, for you people that know, that's a run-pass option. It's where the quarterback puts the ball inside the running back's rib cage, and he'll either leave it there or he'll take it out, depending on what he wants to do. Third down and 9. And we have motion on the defense. Alex Harden makes the left tackle, number 74. He got the Jimmy leg, and that'll cost him 5 yards.
Yeah. Alex Harden playing the right defensive end. He's shuffling around. He's moving right. He's moving left. He resets himself to the right, and the tackles had a hard time keeping up with Alex in this game. And tell you what, he got, as you said, he got the Jimmy leg. He kind of jumped, and he knew automatically.
Don, that's the Jimmy leg.
That's the Jimmy leg right there.
Well, I can't say anything
about it.
Third
down and 16. McCullum drops back, rolls to the right side, has a receiver downfield, in and out of the hands, incomplete. And that'll bring up fourth down and ugly for the Texans.
14 yards.
Again, really nice coverage by Caleb Allman out there. Ball was thrown a little wide. If it had been thrown right on point, I think that there was room for a catch to be made. But I think that just as the game has gone on, McCullum's had the pressure. He's been hit, that sort of thing. The ball was not right on target, a little wide of his receiver, and it falls harmlessly to the ground.
They'll line up for a punt here. Jacob Neal back at the 40-yard line. 9:59 to go here in the third quarter. And the Hawks act like they're going to rush, but they don't. Nice kick this time. Jacob Neal's going to let this one bounce. He'll get away and leave it alone. It checks up at the Canyon Lake 42-yard line, and that's where the Hawks will have it. 1st and 10 at 9:51 mark here in the third quarter. Again, the pressure on McCollum has been something we talked about. I said one of the staple things that the keys to success for winning would be having pressure on him. Coach Hooper has dialed that up nicely, and his athletes have performed well. So Martelli will come in with the play with Peyton McMullen. There's a flag on the play, unbeknownst to us. And let's see what it is. Personal foul.
Canyon Lake.
Before the ball snapped. Nothing. Must have been on the kickoff. And now Canyon Lake will put that all the way back down to their 27-yard line, 1st and 10.
Again, we didn't see what happened. I suspect there may be a little chippiness out there. Coach and the referees are just trying to keep it in control.
Right up the middle, and this time the pinch was on, and Ruff went right up the middle, and he got hit by a bunch of red jerseys. Take your pick. Moses was on there, and he'll lose about a yard, I think. Let's see where he'll spot the other. It's about a yard. Be 2nd down and 11. The 26-yard out of Canyon Lake. In comes Trey Lucero. Out goes Martelli. Scores 20-7 Lake, and Lucero split wide out to the numbers. Chacon and Ruff in the backfield. This is going to be a backside trap to Chacon, and Chacon, he'll get back maybe at the yard, but they had the pinch called on that. They slanted their tackles in. Good call on the play that required us to be through those tackles.
No, absolutely. And again, they're beginning to crowd up to the box, and they're not going to try to keep that run from killing them, what the slot T does. So they're probably going to have to run some sort of play here in a moment to loosen that defense back up. And, 3rd down pass play, it's probably expected. And so we'll see what Coach Moses dials up
in
here.
Comes Royer. After the flex is Connor Rose and J.T. Green. Split out wide to left. McMullen throws it out. There's got Chacon. Chacon, he'll be short of the 1st down by about 3 or 4 yards. He'll make it about to the 34-yard line. It'll be 4th down for Canyon Lake. They came up about 3 yards short, and the Texans were in full prevent mode, and they got that one taken care of.
Yeah, a little flare pass out to Chacon, about 3 or 4 yards from the line of scrimmage. He cut to the sideline. Just did not have enough real estate over there on that short side of the field to make it happen.
Lively back to catch one from Neal. Jacob Neal, end over end high. The Gunners are down there, Martelli and Sharp, and he'll take a fair catch. So Lively does his job, and he'll take the ball at the 27-yard line. 1st and 10, Texans, 8:27 to go here in the third quarter. So you just got to know, I haven't seen it yet, or we haven't seen it yet, the one-on-one long pass down the sideline, which McCollum is famous for, to Clewell.
Well, you expect him to try to stretch the defense a little bit, but if he has the time.
Right.
But, we saw that Wimberley stepped up their defense here. We'll see what happens on offense.
1st and 10, Wimberley. Man in motion. Left to right. It's going to be a pass out into the flats, and the pass is over his head. And, he wasn't set on that play. He made that pass 2 or 3 times in the first quarter. That was a little bit high over McClellan's head.
Yeah.
It was a backside screen.
And he just didn't set his feet. The ball sailed high on him and went harmlessly over the head of the receiver. But you're right. But the one thing that I noticed on that is that the defense was set up well against that. Maybe he picks up 2 or 3 yards, but the defense was closing in. You had a linebacker, cornerback, and safety all converging on the receiver. But, again, you said the quarterback just didn't set his feet.
Trips left. McCullough looks right. There's that pass out the one-on-one, and he drops the ball dead in his hands. And
now that
pass
was
incomplete, but that ball was spot on by McCollum.
And
number 28, the intended receiver for that ball, and that is, we don't have a number on him, but
it hit him right in.
28.
It hit him right in. That was a frozen rope. I mean, there you saw the arm on McCollum. He actually put it right on the receiver, about 8 yards down the field.
We do have a free golf winner. It's just a number, but it says free golf on the text. So here comes McCollum, RPO, run up the middle. Kapouros has got room, cuts it back to the outside. He's across the 40, and finally brought down. A block in the back right down in front of us here on Caleb Allman. He cut through it and made the tackle and Sky Kapouros with a big gain across the 40. Mark him down at the 43-yard line of the Texans. First down.
Well, I thought they had him hemmed up at the line of scrimmage. It was a lot of congestion there. He was able to break out of that pack at about a 5-yard mark from the line of scrimmage. Broke out to the left, had a lot of green there. Nice job by Caleb Allman to wrangle him in at the 42-yard line.
Here comes McCullum, man in motion to tight end. He backsides, throws it, and pass caught out to number 8, 15 on the tackle. That's going to be Nick Rivera. Here comes the Texans again, and that's Colby Goforth.
Well, that's
Mr. Toish won the golf. We'll have to give that to him.
That's the kind of rhythm that the Wimberley wants to play with. The sort of pace, the quick hitter out, 5-yard gainer. Well played by Rivera on the far side of the field to take the receiver down. But that's exactly the kind of game Wimberley wants to play.
Gain of 5, 2nd and 5. McClellan looks the right side, has it right up, he catches the big tight end, gets up tall, and still on his feet across the 40 down to the 37-yard line. Brought down by Jeremy Green and Brandon Robinson, and that's going to be a first down for the Texans at the 37-yard line. And the Texans are on a drive, folks.
I'll tell you what, the last possession from Canyon Lake, it was a reverse to the first quarter, and then here's what we saw out of Wimberley in the first quarter. So we'll see if the defense can stiffen here.
First and 10, Texans. McClellan looks RPO. He wants to run it himself, and he does. In comes Jacob Neal, and Jacob Ruff made that play get turned inside, and
big block on him by number 55 Carson Minix, but
gain of 5.
But he was able to turn it back inside and allowed his fellow defenders to make a play there after a 5-yard gain.
2nd and 5. Kapouros in the backfield, double tight end formation, trips right. This is a run right up the middle to Kapouros. He scores through at the 20, the 15, the 5, and touchdown Texans. A part of the Red Sea right on the left side, and Kapouros runs in for Wimberley at the 6:02 mark here in the third quarter, making the game a little tighter. Well, I'll tell you, they got some good blocks on the linebacker, Ruff, and they had the double tight end formation, and that split right between the tackles. So here comes the extra point attempt for the Texans. And the kick is up, and I believe it's good, and it is. So, 6:02 to play here in the third quarter. Wimberley 14, Canyon Lake 20, and the Battle of the Backbone is living up to its billing.
Well, we got a game on our hands.
We do. Well, first drive by the Hawks resulted in a touchdown. Then we went 3 and out, turned the ball over. We had them pinned for a minute, but we had a nice pass by McCullum, and that gave him about a 10-yard shot down the field, and then a couple of good runs up the middle, and then Kapouros finishes off for the 6 points for Wimberley.
Well, there will be no quit in this game, and you expect this, but both these teams are going to give each other their best shot. So we're going to see what happens here with Canyon Lake as they get this ball back. Can they get back to that offensive sort of swagger they had in the second quarter and the beginning of this half, playing with a lot of confidence, getting a lot of movement on the line of scrimmage. I think they're probably going to have to do a couple pass plays early in order to get those linebackers back on their heels a little bit.
Well, here's something that Coach Wormel likes to do. He's got everybody going here, got a touchdown, and I keep saying it, but he's been known to do it. Throw an onside kick in here, middle of the third quarter. It's going to be a tight game either way. So does he kick it back to Chacon, Ruff, or Neal? And it's a nice kick. Nice kick back. Chacon will get it at the 20. He catches it at the 5. So now, since the new rules is, UI rule says if you catch the ball behind the 25-yard line, you'll take the ball to the 25-yard line. You won't have to run it back. So Chacon takes a fair catch at about the 4-yard line. He'll get it out to 25.
And Corey, there I was shaking my head. I'd forgot about the rule after you told everybody.
I thought you were just...
No, I was like, why is he fair catching at the 5-yard line? But ultimately, he knew what he was doing, and he gets the ball at the 25.
It'll be 1st and 10, Canyon Lake, and we'll see if they can't get wound up here and get one of those long slot T offensive drives down the field. Backside is going to be Chacon. Chacon takes the ball. He'll get across to the 30-yard line. Pick up about 3 yards on that run. Gain of 3. Your linemen up there are Weber. Pendleton's at center. And we've got, looks like Duke. In comes Martelli with the play. Let's see if Coach gets a little more breathing room. Pendleton up to the line of scrimmage. Takes the ball, backside trap. He's got some room out there, bounces into the outside, and he had some room, but he got tackled by number 6, the linebacker. Connor Rose with the carry. Just hesitated. If he'd have kicked it outside, there was a lot of room out there, a lot of room, and he gains a few yards, so it'll be 3rd down and 2, gain of 4.
He dips inside, and really, as you said, if he just stayed to the outside, he had a lot of room out there, and had a blocker out there that he tried to cut off that blocker to the inside, which if he cuts off him to the outside, he's got a lot more room, and I think fairly easily picked up this 1st down.
3rd down and 2 to see if the Hawks can pull off getting a couple of yards here. Chacon, he'll get across the 30-yard line, down to the 30, make that the 38-yard line. They'll move the chains on the far side of the field, and that'll be enough for Kenyon Lake. First down.
You like to see that 1st down right there, that first possession as they get this ball back in their hands.
Chacon picked up 5 on the play, so you're right, Darren.
You always worry about running a 3 and out in a situation like that, and giving that momentum right back after a score by your opponent. You like to see the fact that they at least get this 1st down here.
Jacob Ruff right up the middle, bounces to the outside. Ruff, there he goes across the midfield, down to the 40, and there's a flag on the play. And they're going to bring this one back, unfortunately, unless it was something I didn't see. But the side judge throws the flag, and I'll tell you, they're going to wish they had that one back. And the referee's saying sideline infraction.
No, I think
I saw him go like this.
I think he wanted to get the players away from them so they could huddle up and discuss whatever this call is going to be.
Well, Ruff went up the middle, cut it back to the outside, and that where the penalty occurred. It's most likely going to be on Kenyon Lake. That will negate a huge run by Ruff.
Either they're going to call a hold, or they're going to call some sort of crackback block over there on that far side as he cut it back to the outside. We'll see what the call is here.
Well, no, they're walking forward now. This is going to go against Wimberley. And let's see where they spot the ball. Ruff made a spectacular run. So it's going to be a spot foul. And it's going to go against Kenyon Lake is what's going to happen. And the spot foul, they'll bring it back.
From the end of the run.
Right.
So the
back across.
The play will stand for the gain that it was. And then they will bring him back, and it looks like that was 15 yards back from where he was at.
So a spot foul, and I still don't have the call. We'll live with that. The end result is first down, Kenyon Lake at their own 46-yard line. 3:57 to play in the 3rd quarter. Your score 20-14. Right up the middle is Ruff again. Same play as a while ago. And Ruff right behind the blocking of Weber. And Chacon got a good block. He'll pick up that 6 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 4. As Coach Moses would just love to have another slot T, time-chewing, ground-munching, long drive to slow down this quarter.
Oh, absolutely. He'd love nothing more to take this ball another 48 yards into pay dirt and chew up the remainder of this 3rd quarter.
Out goes Neal. Out comes Pendleton. Hawks up to the line of scrimmage. McMullen takes the ball. Dive play right up the middle is Caleb Allman. And the Hawks get a good push on the offensive line. And Allman, he'll get across the 45-yard line. Gain of about 5 on the play, and that'll be enough for another Kenyon Lake first down.
Yeah, as you said, Corey, right there, they got a nice push up front. Allman went just between the center and the left guard and was able to push up there for 5 good yards for a 1st down.
In comes Royer, number 83, the sophomore. Double tight formation. McCollum up to the line of scrimmage, backside Chacon, following his blockers all the way through. And Chacon right behind Hudson Duke. Gain of about 6 yards on the play. That's off tackle between the linebackers. And Chacon will pick up 6, second down and 4. Ball at the 47-yard line, 46-yard line.
37.
I'm sorry, 37-yard line. I'm sorry, Don.
So you notice that Moses is bringing in a lot of his heavy package there. And on that one, he had Trent Butler coming in and playing two big receivers on the outside, stacking that up and really getting that heavy package
Royer,
in there.
83.
And
Yeah.
here comes Royer into the game.
So she'll take a double set with J.T. Green and Royer. Double tight again. Tight formation, slot T offense.
I got this.
And somebody got the Jimmy leg on the offense. That'll go against Canyon Lake, and you just hate to see that if you're Hawk. You're rolling, you're doing good, and then you have a penalty to roll you back 5 yards. It'll repeat second down, but it'll be second down and 9. That's kind of like what happened against Waco La Vega last year when we were playing that good team, and we lost to it in regionals. They went on to state, but you can't ill afford to have those type of penalties on a drive like this. In comes Martelli with the play. Double type formation again. Connor and Caleb in the backfield. Backside trap. Connor Rose fumbles the ball. And Connor Rose lost the handle on the football. And they're saying it's Wimberley's ball, and it is.
So that's two unfortunate plays back-to-back on the penalty by the left tackle and then the fumble by Connor Rose. It looked like he got the ball cleanly. He just did not secure it, and he put it on the turf.
And that's one of the things about this game. You'll have that. They've had it turned over a couple times. We got one on it. We turned the ball over here. Now it goes in their favor.
Well, we're going to see how the defense responds to this.
Yeah, trips left. McCollum backfield with Capuros and Moses. And there's a flag on the play from the get-go. Grayson Lee was pointing to the official, hey, man, there's something wrong back there. And he pointed out, they snapped the ball, and there goes the flag. And that's going to be, I think there's too many men on the field. I think they had, it's going to be a 5-yard penalty, and it was too many men on the field. I saw Moses in the backfield, but Grayson Lee, senior leader, give credit to him.
Counting it out for the officials.
First down and 15, ball back at the 38-yard line of the Texans.
I noticed on this far side that they were showing a corner blitz from Caleb Almond, looking for Jeremy Green to cover this wide receiver out deep.
In motion goes McClellan, looks that side. He wants to pump fake, and he gets a man wide open. And he'll be short of the original line of scrimmage. He'll gain about 3 yards on the dump. I believe that's to his number 19, Colby Boyle, the tight end. He'll pick up about 3, maybe 4 yards on that. It'll be second down and 11. In comes number 2, Landon Clewell. You just know they got his number on one of these passes. Hadn't seen too much from him tonight, but he's been against Nick Rivera. And it'll be second and 11, 1:05 to play and counting here in the third quarter. Hawks up 20-14. A lot of football to play. McClellan shotgun. In motion comes Boyle, left side. Looks to the right side, bubble screen. And he is hit immediately by Jeremy Green. Big gain, big pass, number 9 complete. And that's going to be Marshall. Going to be short of a first down by about a yard. So it's going to be third down and 1.
They had to split wide receivers out on this side, two receivers. They did a crossing route. Kind of, cornerback got lost a little bit on that. Safety had to come over, put the hit on the receiver, but it was a nice gain, bringing up this third and 1.
Third down and 1, and you got to maybe look at Capuros running this ball up the middle. In comes Ruff for it. It's the quarterback keeper, McCollum. He takes the ball, gets across the 45-yard line. There'll be a first down at the 44. Ruff came in on the blitz, just missed him. And the third quarter is winding down here with 11 ticks to go. First and 10 at the 44-yard line of Canyon Lake, and they've mounted another drive as that's the end of the third quarter play. Your score, Hawks 20 and the Texans 14 on their second drive of the game. Well, we'll take, sorry about that. We'll take a quick break here, pay a few bills from our sponsors who we are greatly thankful for, along with Paul Sawyer Septics. And this is Canyon Lake Broadcasting, voice of the Hawks.
Hey, sports fans here in Central Texas and around Canyon Lake. If you're in an automobile accident, lock your keys in the car, have a flat tire, need gas, or need someone to come get your vehicle and your family, call the Rabbit, Thumper Auto Recovery, 830-433-1864. Call the Rabbit and it'll come running, family owned and operated by Kevin and Cody Parker here in Canyon Lake, and a huge supporter of Canyon Lake Athletics. Give them a call, 830-433-1864. Call the Rabbit and it'll come running, Thumper Auto Recovery, or look them up at thumpertowing.com. The van
And the Canyon Lake Broadcasting is back. Here is 1st and 10 for the Texans, and there's going to be an offside to start the drive of the fourth quarter. That's going to go against the Texans. That'll push them back 5 yards, back across the 45, all the way back to the 49-yard line of Canyon Lake. Here to start the fourth quarter, the Battle of the Backbone Trophy up for grabs, and it has lived up to its billing. Back and forth, it's gone. Hot spots for both teams, low spots for both teams. But McCullum, he'll be trips left, 2 out, nobody in the backfield. Kapouris in the slot to the right side. And he'll take a look to the right. He's got some pressure in his face. Tries to wing one downfield, and nobody there. Intended receiver is going to be number 2 down the sideline. Pressure applied, Clewell.
Well played by Nick Rivera. He had him blanketed on the inside well. But good pressure coming up in the middle into McCollum's face, and had him just releasing that probably a step before he wanted to.
Yeah. Brings up 2nd down and 15. Well, I'll tell you one thing. The defensive backs of Canyon Lake have seen a better quarterback in McCullum, that's for sure, this evening. Kapouris in the backfield, trips to the left. In motion comes Clewell. Backside trap play, and they have it. And nice tackle by Nick Rivera. He was being blocked, got off his block, and took Clewell down.
Clewell had a big old fist of Jersey there. And was bringing him to the ground. He just pushed his way right through Clewell.
Gain of 5.
Yeah, excellent play by Rivera.
Gain of 5. Make that 3. 3rd down and 13. Ball just on the other side of the 45-yard line. It is on the 46. I thought it was between the marks. So big down for the Texans and Hawks here. 11 minutes to go. 11:20 to go here in the game. And their flag goes up. And that's going to be movement on the offensive line. Now, this is a technique Hooper showed us back in La Vega. They made some adjustments on the line, and for the defense and the offensive line sees that.
Yeah,
they move.
Defense makes a shift. I mean, they make a shift from one slot to the other, and gets the offensive line movement.
Got to give that to Coach Hooper making
absolutely.
those calls.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're just basically shifting their gap, and then that gets the offense to jump, and well played.
3rd down and 17, ball at the 49-yard line of the Texans. Here comes the rush, and it's a bubble screen, and he got scared. He heard big Grayson Lee coming, and he dropped the ball, got the alligator arms, if you will, and had he held on to that ball, he had to seen his maker.
Yeah, well, he was only going to gain 2 yards, so probably the better part of valor of pulling your arms in and living another day, because Grayson Lee had the crosshairs on him.
He had the Jimmy arms on that one. So McCullum will come in, and he'll kick the ball out to Jacob Neal. Ball at the 49-yard line. McCullum takes the ball, no rush at all. He gets a nice one end over end. Jacob Neal's going to let it go, and it's going to check up. And, wow, just like that, checks up about the 5-yard line.
Yep.
Running down there to make sure it didn't go any further, I believe, was number 25 on that. What a great play. One of the gunners on the kicking team, and that's Sean McFerrin. So now Canyon Lake in the shadows of their goal post. It'll be 1st down for the Hawks at the 5. 11 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
You don't really blame Neal for not taking that punt. 9 times out of 10, that's going to scoot right onto the end zone. But it checked up just like a 9-iron, as you said, and puts Canyon Lake in a tough position.
So you know they're going to be peeling their ears back. Here comes the defense. And Chacon comes in there and gets the ball behind Teutsch, and they'll pick up a few yards. Let's see where they mark that. Maybe 2. He got behind number 77, netting on that one. Make that Hodge. So gain of 2 on the play. He's second down to 8. Ball at the 7-yard line. In comes Martelli with the play.
Well, you're going to see whether Coach Moses decides he just wants to try to grind it out of here or whether he wants to take a shot, because this would be a great opportunity right here to get behind the defensive backs.
Trap play, Ruff up the middle. There goes Ruff up the middle. He cuts it back outside across the 20. He's a 30. It's a foot race. 40, 45, 50. And Jacob Ruff right up the middle. Gets all the way across midfield, down across the 40, down to about the Texan 37-yard line. Make it the 38. And they'll move the chains on the far side of the field. And that'll be enough for Kenyon Lake. Push down.
Huge play, huge play. 55-yard run by Jacob Ruff. I tell you what, that was a thing of beauty right there. We talk about would they take a shot down? No, they're just going to line it up and make it happen right up the middle, and Ruff rips off a 55-yard scamper.
Here comes Cody Klein, flex way out to the middle. And it's going to be a backside Chacon. He's got some room across there. He's across the 25. And he's tied up around the, it's not 25, the 35. He's tied up around the 31-yard line. And they're going to say he got about 7 yards on the play.
6
Maybe
yards.
6, yeah. And it'll be second down and 4 at the 32-yard line of the Texans.
You'll take that every time right there. You'll take that 6-yard gain on first down every time. That's an excellent set of blocking and good run by Chacon off the right side of the offensive line.
Royer comes in with the play. 9:34 to go and counting in the game. Hawks would love to put one on the board here. And Weber just got the flinch a little bit. Barely flinch, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty on the Hawks. Those are the types of things that drive coaches crazy. We didn't have it last year. Younger bunch of guys learning their way, but this is the thing that will kill a drive and kill a game. You know?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's sort of mental mistakes you don't want to be making. It's the difference between winning the really, really tight games and not. You're in a one-score slugfest right here. They need to get down here and score to make it a 2-score game. And we've got something else now.
We've got a timeout being called on Canyon Lake. 9 minutes to go in the game.
I think Coach looks at this situation here at a second and 9 is critical that they get this first down and they keep this drive going and they come away with some points on this drive.
Coach Moses has always been in the 35. They've never punted. I don't remember punting anywhere near the 40 last year in the years prior to that also. So this is 4-down territory. I've got to believe that here in this game.
Well, absolutely. Not having Trenton Lorette as your kicker, you're probably not going to make that choice to do a field goal.
We're missing Lorette, starter, key starter. Josh Allman. He's about 5'10", squats over 650, benches 5-something. He's out of the game. And so some of these key starters that we have that are integral to the offense, could they play tonight? They're suited out, but they're going to save these guys for the district games.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
matter down the long road.
And you certainly understand that the choice to do that, make sure the kids are healthy for certainly district play that will be coming up in a couple games. And again, this is a rival game, but really has no bearing in terms of what's going to happen.
Little pride, that's it.
Little bragging rights in the local community here. And so, but this is a big down right here. Second down and 9.
Ball at the 38-yard line, 37-yard line of the Texans. They got the big beef package up in there again with the Royer. Caleb Allman this time with the running back. And Caleb Allman is no dice up the middle as Weber. He got double-teamed on his tackle position as 2 guys came in and took him out and took Caleb out. In comes Ruff. Gain of 1, 3rd down and 7. So, Coach, I got to believe it's 4-down territory like we talked about. Ruff comes in with Chacon in the backfield with Connor Rose. 8:30 to go in the game. In comes Jacob Neal. Here we go. Jacob Neal flexed way out to the numbers, along with Connor Rose. McCullen.
Oh,
and big flag.
Big interference.
Tristan Chacon wide open, and the ball would have been there, and the defensive back came over and just ran Chacon over, pass interference, and that was going to be a huge play. Colby Goforth, no clue where Chacon was. The ball ran him over, and that's going to be a big first down for the Hawks.
The ball. I mean, with a lot of pressure on McMullen. He gets the ball off. The ball's probably underthrown, and they absolutely just clocked the receiver. Now they are calling this.
It's 15-yard penalty.
15-yard penalty. Okay. All right.
Well, regardless of where he caught it, was he going to be able to catch it or not? It was a 15-yarder, and that will take the ball all the way down to the 22-yard line of the Texans. 8:16 to go in the game. And that'll be enough for Canyon Lake. First down.
And, guys, that's the 10th penalty on Wimberley for 80 yards. So that's, that'll kill a team there, too.
Oh, absolutely.
Martelli comes in with the play. He'll flex out left side, tight formation, double tight. McCollum up under center. McCollum hands off the Ruff. Ruff right up the middle. There goes Ruff, and he busted again. Touchdown, Canyon Lake. And they don't have an answer for Jacob Ruff.
Yeah, that was an excellent run by Ruff. Great blocking up at the point of attack. He never got touched through the line of scrimmage. Made one slight move to the left as he avoided the middle linebacker. And
he rolled again the safety. That guy is going to wake up tomorrow in his sleep thinking Jacob Ruff's going to be in his bed.
I tell you what, he saw nothing but the back of his jersey and him running into the end zone.
Wow!
Well, with 8-10, that's a big touchdown there to make this a two-possession game.
They're going to go for 2 points here. Martelli comes in with the 2-point play, and let's see if the Hawks can pull off the 2-point attempt here. McMullen rolls out to the right side, chunks it up in the air, and it's batted down. No good. 26-14. That makes it a two-possession game still.
Well, I understand them going for two there, right there. Obviously you want to try to make this, make sure that you're in a position that 2 scores doesn't beat you. But good receiver was open, but you had an end that kind of fell out into coverage. You don't really see that very often. He jumped up and batted the ball down, and it was something that I don't think McMullen ever saw as he rolled out to his right.
Well, he didn't see that, but what I did see is somebody who needs to text me their name and get a free cup of coffee at Lily's Java Pad in the Hancock Center.
All right, now you're going to text in to the number 210
246-3345 and make sure it's your name.
But put your name in. When you text, put your name in.
I mean, we're good, but we're not that good.
Well, yeah,
I don't know.
We're not.
We're not that good.
We're not, guys. I know you're not any good, but we went 5 plays and 95 yards.
That's a huge possession.
On top of that, you have now Jacob Ruff with 176 yards rushing on 10 carries. So this is 6-man football for him with a 17-yard per run average.
Well, Butler's got it lined up, and he'll kick it off for the Hawks, and Kapuros and Limely back deep. It's a lot of football to be played. We've been watching this game for 10 years, so
we know it ain't over till it's
especially Wimberley, because they came back and beat us by 1 point with no time left on the clock. About 5 years ago.
I think we have a winner for the coffee, and nice punch shot, and it's being it checked up short of the 20-yard line, and they're going to have no chance.
Grayson Lee makes a huge hit on the linebacker, and he's slow getting up.
Grayson Lee put the wood to the returner, Limely, and he's walking off with a little ginger. Greg Arnholt won the cup of Joe, or the latte at Lily's Java Pad.
All right.
At Lily's Java Pad at Hancock Center. Greg Arnholt got his name in there, everything.
All right. He's on his game. Greg, way to be on your game. We appreciate you listening and hope you enjoy the cup of coffee over at Lily's.
That's right. Here come the Texans 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line in motion. Cullen takes the ball. He's going to want to throw it downfield. He's got a man. Here comes the pressure, and nice defensive play. Pushed out of bounds is Nick Rivera, intended for number 10, Josh Limely, who just got drilled by Lee.
Rivera's playing a lot tighter. At the beginning of this game, they were playing well off those receivers. Now they're playing up tight on them. Yeah, they're still giving them a 5-6 yard cushion off the line of scrimmage, but they're on them tight. And Rivera was all over the receiver there. Really. No hope for him to make that play. Ball was thrown wide, but still no hope.
Kapuris in the background, trips left for McCollum. McCollum takes the ball, and it's an RPO right up the middle. And there goes Kapuros, and he is hit by Wharton, the linebacker, number 42. And Kapuros bounces off him. Good run. He's finally brought down by Teutsch after a 5-yard gain to Alex Harden. We're going to give him 4 on that. Wharton, the sophomore, comes in to get some play time at middle linebacker. He gave Jacob Ruff a little breather, so it'll be get second down and 6.
That was a nice play by Wharton right there, filling the gap, hitting hard, and
make it third down and 6. I'm sorry.
Then you got the swarming defense around that. You're right. Third down and 6 is a big third down right here. It's probably 4-down territory, even though they're behind the 50-yard line.
Playing up tight. Here comes the man in motion. McCollum takes a shot. Here comes Ruff on the blitz. McCollum throws, and incomplete. Ruff applying the pressure on McCollum, and he was running him down like a cheetah on a Bambi, forcing the errant throw. It'll bring up 4th down and 6 again.
I tell you, McCollum has just not felt comfortable back there. The pressure, it's been on him. And, there was a situation right there where he had a receiver that was open, and he just underthrew it, and the receiver didn't have a chance to get it. So it looks like they're lining up for a punt.
Look for the fake.
They're taking a penalty here, delay a game, it looks like, or some sort of procedure. I think they had 12 men in the field.
They had 12 men on the field. Kapuros comes off.
Well, that did away with their fake right there.
So there was 12 men. Have they had 12 men most of the night, or has it just been?
Well, it's happened a couple times.
Well,
we know that.
I'm not going to talk about anything mathematical.
They might have had 12 in the first quarter because we certainly were not moving the ball.
We weren't, but they were playing very well. Absolutely. Anyway, here comes McCollum back at about the 11-yard line to punt. Neal back at the 35. I'm sure Coach has strict instructions. Don't touch the ball if it bounces or anything. And Neal is going to take it. He's going to run the ball, and he's going to get clobbered right at the 30-yard line as soon as he catches a fair catch. I thought for sure he would let that one go, being angled.
I'm glad he did.
Between the numbers and the sideline.
But I tell you what, I'll say
first and 10, Canyon Lake at their own 30.
I'll say this for Jacob Neal. He's come in since Lorette's been injured, and he's been handling those punts, and he's handled them well. Generally making good decisions, catching the ball, fair catching in traffic, and here, saved probably 15 yards there if that ball would have hit and had a chance to roll.
First and 10, Canyon Lake at their own 30. Martelli brings in the play. He'll split out to the numbers as long as Josh split out there. It's a backside trap, and here comes Chacon, and that play hasn't been as effective as they hoped. It's a man comes in motion. It's kind of not a true jet sweep, but it'll pick up about 1 yard. Usually, I'd like to pick up 4 or 5 or 3 or 4 as the rain starts to come down here. 6:42 in the game.
Well, it's one of those things that Wimberley's played that well. The backside end has played that sweep play real well. Stayed home all game long and really shed the block. And there's another situation where that pulling guard or pulling tackle was not able to make contact on that end. And
Royer comes in with the play. Chacon takes the ball, gets outside across the 30, backpedals, and he's up against a few defenders, and they'll bring him down across the 35. He's going to be short of a first down. And Chacon got all that on his own. He'll move the ball all the way across to the 35, to the 36, 37. It'll be third down, and we're going to call it a long 2. 5:56 in the game, and Coach would love to have this first down.
Well, the beauty of that is that Chacon does not go out of bounds. He purposely cuts it up to avoid going out of bounds and stopping the clock. And they're going to use all of the 40-second clock here. I mean, they will use it all. I know how Moses likes to do this. They'll snap this ball.
Martelli in with the play. Left. McCollum under center. Peyton McMullen, I'm sorry. Jacob Ruff again, and Jacob Ruff turns and burns across the 40-yard line, and he's right behind Hodge. And Ruff will pick up enough yards. They'll move the chains on the far side of the field, and that'll be enough for another Canyon Lake first down.
That was just a punishing run right there. I mean, that was a
gain of 6 on it.
Gain of 6. You need 4. Gain of 6, and just lining up and teeing off. And Hodge got a great block. Of course, Ruff hit the hole with authority and just got the 6 yards they needed.
Ruff has run like a man possessed or somebody who's had sake on a kamikaze mission. I don't know which is it.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's fearless when he hits the hole. That's for sure. He likes to run with aggression. Always has.
Caleb Allman up the middle, and Caleb Allman drags a few guys with him across the 45. down to the 49-yard line.
He was one hand away from breaking that for a big gainer right there. Hit it the whole hard again, sort of falling in that same vein, hitting it like he did on that touchdown run earlier in this quarter, in this half.
Well, it's coming down. It's not a hard rain. I would say it's not. I'm not out. I'm nice and dry in the booth, but
yeah, we definitely can see it falling on the lights. We see the umbrellas going up all over the stadium here, people trying to stay dry.
Second down and four for the Hawks. Dive play, and it's going to be Caleb Allman again. And Caleb Allman, he'll be close to a first down. Let's see where they mark the ball.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll move the chains on the far side of the field, and that'll be enough for another Canyon Lake first down.
He gets to the 45-yard line on a nice, about a 4 or 5, 6 yard run. Again,
6 yards.
Same sort of play, just to the other side. That
under 4 minutes to play.
And again, this is just a as you call it, ground and pound the ball right here.
Mean green turf grinding machine.
This is just about taking time off the clock and moving the ball 4 or 5 yards in a cloud of dust.
Chacon backside trap again, and he got behind Hudson and Nathan DeLeon. He'll pick up that same 3 yards again. Be second down and 7. Now time is an enemy of the Texans. Under 3.5 minutes to play. It's going to be third down. Make that second down and 7.
Yeah.
As you said, Corey, they're needing to score twice, and this clock is not their friend at this point as we get down to under 3 minutes.
Martelli comes in, he'll get tight, double tight with Chacon in the background. Dive play, Caleb Allman up the middle. Caleb, he'll get another 3 yards across the 40-yard line down to the 39. 2:45 to play in the game, and Canyon Lake's going to grind this one out, folks.
So we're bringing up a 3rd and 4. They'll go 2 downs here for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Just to keep this clock rolling and keep this possession alive.
So the young guns at Canyon Lake, all the sophomores on the team, they have matured tonight.
Made an impact in this game.
Third down and 4. Here comes. You got 8 guys in the box. Here comes Ruff up the middle again. And there he goes across the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Canyon Lake. And the Canyon Lake Hawks will win the Battle of the Backbone Trophy and take it home. And that's all she wrote.
Huge run by
wow.
Jacob Ruff.
They had no answer for that run all night.
But again, once he broke the line of scrimmage, he hit the ball hole with aggression, and then it was off to the races. And he showed his speed as he took a diagonal run to the left corner end zone and just simply outran the defenders.
221 yards.
Nice effort.
Pretty nice night.
Here comes the extra point attempt by Butler. And the place to kick to hold this up. And I can't tell from this angle, but it is good. So the Hawks tack on 33 points on Wimberley at their season opener, the Battle of the Backbone. They're going to go home with bragging rights for the whole year.
But I tell you what, that was an excellent drive right there. It was a drive they needed to have. It's going to a drive that's going to give them a lot of confidence, and they took control of the line of scrimmage. Is what ended up happening here in the fourth quarter.
72 yards. No, excuse me, less than that. It's 70 yards. Right, 70 yards. 8 plays.
8 plays, 70 yards. A thing of beauty with a capped off with what was it, a 30-yard
39-yard
run at the end.
Yeah.
Just
12 carries, 221 yards.
12 carries.
What a night for the slot T offense in a young squad.
What a 3 quarters with the slot T offense. I mean, they only had like 10 yards rushing in that first quarter.
Well, I'm going to say that they were punishing people. All right.
I'm going to say the pass. Those passes, is the 93-yarder, that just did them in right there.
Well, I'll tell you, making McCollum, uncomfortable in his own backfield was, I think, a key to the win. As the slot T finally gained ground and did what it was supposed to do, and to grind it out. The defense stood tall in the saddle, as did our defensive backs. Give credit to them. Here's a kickoff, and it's bobbled about the 20-yard line. And Canyon Lake dives on the ball. Canyon Lake has the football. A fumble, and the Hawks are going to win the game on a fumble. They don't need to score with 2 minutes to go, and that is the end of the game.
With 2 minutes left, they'll take over the ball at the 26-yard line, and they'll just line up here. They'll take a victory formation.
They'll take a victory formation, no injuries,
and
be done with it.
And be done with it. A well-played game, a hard-fought game. Not a game to say, hey, it was a walk in the park. It certainly was not. They were tested.
They got punched in the mouth in the first quarter.
And
that's for sure.
And they had to rise up a little bit. You know, I think even about going back to that scrimmage at Cuero. They had to get kind of punched in the mouth, and then they kind of woke up.
And they did. And the Cuero's an experienced team, as you talked about earlier.
Yeah.
So we'll get into an I-set formation here. The Hawks are just going to run this ball, and Chacon will take it to the right side. And Chacon, and I'll tell you right now, people want to sit on the ball, but I'm telling you, these kids want to score as much as they can against a rival.
Well, yeah, I bet Coach Moses probably wouldn't mind tacking another 6 points on the board here, making it even 40 points. But, you know, at 142, he's going to use all the clock. That's what they'll do. And if it happens to pop into the end zone, it happens to pop in the end zone.
Well, what would be great if they can get 9 more yards. You'll have over 100 yards, too, Tristan Chacon.
And that's those are not on super big runs.
Here comes Jake and Neal split out wide to the numbers here. Second down, handoff up the middle is going to be Caleb Allman. And Caleb Allman just about broke that one. He'll get down to the 10-yard line, 15-yard line. A flag on the play at the end of the drive. And I'll tell you what, it's chippy.
Well, you know, nobody likes to lose a rival game like this. And, you know, we'll see where this goes. I'm not sure they're gonna call this on Canyon Lake as they march off.
1:18 to go in the game.
15 yards on that. So the refs mark off the penalty, and they set the ball. They're back to the 30, first and 10.
First and 10, yeah. I didn't see the call.
It had to be after the play because they gave him credit for the run.
They gave him credit for the run, and then they marched 15 yards off.
1:05 to go in the game, and coaches told them to run that clock down. Their victory formation, that'll be the end of the game. Victory formation, Peyton McMullen takes a knee, and there's going to be no more football tonight. Canyon Lake, like we said earlier, the win from with the touchdown from Jacob Ruff is over.
They'll have to snap the ball one more time with 45 seconds left and 30 on the play clock, but there'll not be another. Will be not another run from the line of scrimmages. They will take one more knee, and that will be the end of this game. So as we get here to the end of this game, we'll whittle this thing down.
And that should be the last need. 20 seconds ago, and the Canyon Lake Hawks will walk away with the bragging rights for another year as they win the Battle of the Backbone. The final score here, Canyon Lake 33 and the Texans 14 on their own opener.
So we want to thank all of our sponsors and all those people that are supporting us in the broadcast. We appreciate
everybody,
their support,
including Darren the Sturgeon.
Hey, I'm happy that we were able to get through another one, and hopefully you enjoyed it at home.
We hope everybody enjoyed it at home. We got a lot, gave away a lot, so it's you, the people out there. We're going to go to a quick commercial and come back real quick with a wrap-up. And congratulations, Canyon Lake Hawks, and congratulations for all the winners out there. Thanks to our sponsors. And thank to Darren the Sturgeon and Les Cleary of KMAX Sports. We'll be right back.
Here in Canyon Lake and around Texas, when you need the best septic systems, look no further than Paul Sawyer Septics, the only company with a 3-year warranty and a 3-year maintenance agreement in the business. PaulSawyerSeptics.com, installing systems that last a lifetime. Give them a call at 830-935-4936. That's 830-935-4936. PaulSawyerSeptics.com.
I tell you what, it was well played. This game kind of went back and forth. We know that Wimberley's had a couple of tough games. This one's going to hurt a little bit. It's going to sting a little bit as they take a loss here on their home turf.
Well, never been done before. We've got the longest play in Canyon Lake history, courtesy of Peyton McMullen and Chance Martelli, and the first time that Canyon Lake has come here and won a game. So we got a couple of firsts.
Absolutely.
And couldn't be happier, couldn't be prouder of those guys. Darren and I have known all those kids since they were 5 and 6 years old. So, not much to talk about here. Wrap up. Great show. We hope everybody enjoyed it. Don't forget to tell everybody every Friday night at 6:30, pregame show brought to you by Paul Sawyer Septic. We'll kick off the Canyon Lake broadcasting as we continue to roll next week to Smithville. Smithville comes into town.
Absolutely. You can catch a replay of this game at KMAX Sports, and also don't forget to get the post-game write-up on hilltopnewspaper.com. Don Holmes is racing. I see him racing down on the field.
He's racing. If Don can race, he's racing.
He's racing down on the field to get some well-needed interviews, and the team down there is they're jumping up and down like they got the Battle of the Backbone trophy there that they will have inscribed. Big win, historic win for Canyon Lake here at Wimberley High School.
Well, we thank you. This is Darren and Corey and Don Holmes. This is Canyon Lake Broadcasting, the voice of the Hawks. Thank you for listening. Canyon Lake Broadcasting, voice of the Hawks and home of the first down call. Congratulations to the Canyon Lake High School football team. God bless and good night.